Chapter 2141 Fang Huan's Revival. Chapter 2141, Fang Huan's Revival. Central Continent, in the depths of an earth trench. Inside a pitch-black cave, two cold rays of light shone suddenly. This was Bai Ningbing's gaze. As she ended this closed cultivation session, she had not only created an ice path killer move, but also gained some insight towards ice path. I can clearly feel my understanding of ice and snow deepening by a little. I am not far from Grandmaster level. Bai Ningbing mumbled. Such a pity that after I converted to Dragon Man, my comprehension speed of ice and snow path fell sharply. My current master level is mostly the accumulation from before. Previously, Bai Ningbing possessed Northern Dark Ice Soul Physique and had an extremely high innate advantage when cultivating Ice Path and Soul Path. Her attainment levels in those paths could increase rapidly. But after converting her body, it influenced this aspect. Dragon Man was specialized in Enslavement Path. If Bai Ningbing were to change to cultivating Enslavement Path, she would have an advantage in it. But the level of this advantage could not compare to the help the Northern Dark Ice Soul Physique provided in cultivating Ice Path and Soul Path. Man was the spirit of all living beings. The talent of the 10 extreme physiques was far superior to the talents of the variant human races. Bai Ningbing cautiously walked out of the cave. This cave was formed naturally and was at the side of a cliff in the earth trench. Bai Ningbing activated Breath Concealment Ice Pearl. Shortly after, an ice thread-like thin line appeared on her slender and fair neck, circling around it. This move was created by Bai Ningbing and was not from Bai Zhang's true inheritance. The killer move did not let out any aura when activated, because the aura was stored as tiny ice pearls on the ice thread. The disadvantage of this move was that it sacrificed some of its power, and once there were too many ice pearls, they would combine into one and turn into a noose that would strangle Bai Ningbing, causing serious injuries or even death. I must conceal my aura when exploring this deep into the earth trench. Bai Ningbing's expression was calm as she quietly activated an investigative killer move to scout her surroundings. After she left the earth treasury, she started cultivating in the depths of the earth trench. She was chased down by wild beast groups and suffered a lot. Fortunately, with the killer move Bai Shang, as long as a fragment of her body remained, Bai Ningbing was undying, otherwise, she would not have survived until now. There are 3 immemorial desolate beasts within a 100 li radius, as well as an ancient desolate beast group. Bai Ningbing quickly understood her surroundings. She only had rank 7 cultivation. It was extremely dangerous for her to live in this environment. Even ordinary rank 8 GU immortals found it difficult to explore this place. With huge risks came huge rewards. The cultivation resources here were at rank 8 level. Even if Bai Ningbing could not use them, she could sell them in Treasure Yellow Heaven and buy the resources she needed. Bai Ningbing liked taking risks. Most people would be on tenterhooks about this kind of life, but she immersed in it and enjoyed the thrill of being at the brink of life and death. Although it is dangerous to cultivate here, there is still a chance of survival. But in the 5 regions and 2 heavens, it is even more dangerous. Be they Fang Yuan, Shadow Sect, or Heavenly Court, they will all hunt me down. Bai Ningbing had a clear judgment of her situation. Bai Ningbing had just walked out of the cave when her expression changed slightly. She sensed that most of the wild beasts suddenly acted like cats that had smelled fish, beginning to rush towards one direction. Some beasts and beast groups were unmoved, but they were soon engulfed by the will of the majority of the beasts and rushed forward as well. Thereupon, a massive beast tide formed rapidly under Bai Ningbing's gaze. What's going on? These beasts seem to be attracted to something. They gave up on their fights and territories to go after it. What could it be? Bai Ningbing could not help but feel curious. Without any hesitation, she immediately activated a movement killer move as she joined the beast tide. The beast tide started gathering together. Countless ancient desolate beasts and some conspicuous immemorial desolate beasts were surrounding an area. This area was also on the precipice of the earth trench. It protruded slowly like a burial mound. At this moment, it was letting out yellowish brown and red light. The light was like water as it moved around dazzlingly. On the peak of the burial mound, there was a tombstone. The tombstone seemed to have writings, but they were obstructed by the light. They could not be seen even by using investigative killer moves. Bai Ningbing had already transformed into Bai Shang state and joined with the beast groups. What place is this? There is such a dense earth path and fire path aura here. What is hiding here? Immortal materials. Immortal GU. But why is there a tombstone? The tombstone seems to have some characters written on it. Is it made by someone? Who was buried there? Bai Ningbing looked at the surrounding beasts. She had a trace of understanding. Most of these beasts are earth path and fire path beasts. No wonder they were attracted here. There are only beasts of other paths here and they were forcefully pulled in by the beast tide. Boom! Right at this time, the two lights over the burial mound suddenly shot towards the sky, turning into a giant yellow-red pillar of light. The beasts roared in excitement. Some beasts began to charge towards the pillar as if trying to get the top spot, but they were soon knocked down and trampled by the beasts behind them. The beast groups fell into chaos and madness, fighting and killing each other as they charged towards the pillar of light. But even if some beasts reached the front and collided with the pillar, they did not get what they wanted. The pillar of light remained unmoving. It was like a large mountain that refused to budge an inch. Bai Ningbing was a GU immortal and had intelligence far above the beasts. She hid outside the chaotic battle, and although she was still implicated, she mainly observed the changes. As time passed, there were heavy casualties among the beast groups with corpses scattered everywhere. The yellow-red pillar of light also started to shrink, seemingly converging into the burial mound. The beasts became even more frantic, their bloodthirsty, pained, and chewing noises filled Bai Ningbing's ears. This vast world is truly profound without limits and it has endless mysteries to explore. Let me see what is going on. Bai Ningbing began to move closer towards the mound. When the beasts had killed each other and the survivors were riddled with injuries, the yellow-red light was completely absorbed by the mound. The tombstone on the mound also dug into the earth. The mound seemed to have reached the point of qualitative change as it suddenly split apart. Crack crack, thin cracks spread all over the mound. Shortly after, the mound burst open from the inside and a GU immortal's aura leaked towards the surroundings. A naked male immortal opened his eyes and looked at his surroundings in a daze. Who am I? But at the next moment, he started becoming clear-headed as he recalled many things. I remember, I am Fang Huan. The male immortal's eyes shrunk in amazement and shock. Roar! Beast groups roared and pounced towards the naked immortal agitatedly. The male immortal opened his eyes wide and flew to the air. I am alive again. I am Fang Huan, I am, Lava Demon Lord. Bam! A huge sound erupted as red light waves spread from the male immortal's body. The light waves surged like a tsunami, drowning its surroundings. Everywhere they passed by, the red light waves burned everything. Most of the beast groups were burned to death instantly, and some of the surviving beasts were even more injured. Some were lying on the ground on the verge of death, while a small portion of the beasts went berserk as they charged towards the male immortal. The male immortal Fang Huan's expression turned solemn as he let out the red light waves again. The red light swept the whole battlefield, causing a large number of casualties, but there were still several immemorial desolate beasts that managed to reach Fang Huan. Fang Huan could not keep his composure anymore as he shouted towards Bai Ningbing, "Lend me a hand. I will reward you heavily after this." Okay, Bai Ningbing agreed without hesitation and attacked directly. Within a short period of time, she easily killed those several immemorial desolate beasts. It was because they were already heavily injured. Many thanks, friend. Fortunately, with your help, I could Fang Huan was suddenly cut into two at the waist. Bai Ningbing grabbed his head, holding his upper body as she smiled cruelly. I thought about it, it is still more convenient to soul search directly. Fang Huan stared at Bai Ningbing with wide eyes. This female immortal had light blue vertical dragon pupils and had a pair of spiral dragon horns. Her glistening silver hair was shiny like crystal, extending to her waist. Her skin was snow-white, and on her peerlessly beautiful face, there was a hint of crazed indifference. Such a beautiful woman, Fang Huan died with his eyes wide open. Bai Ningbing searched Fang Huan's soul but was unable to obtain any valuable information. Although Fang Huan revived in the mound, he was still muddle-headed and did not know many things. Bai Ningbing landed on the broken mound and searched carefully. There were still no gains. This area had such a large scale of earth path and fire path Dao marks, but they have disappeared completely, and it is no different from ordinary ground now. But Bai Ningbing looked at Fang Huan's body. No, to be more accurate, these Dao marks condensed into the immortal body. Wonderful, truly amazing, Bai Ningbing praised repeatedly. Through soul search, she knew this Fang Huan was from a previous generation. He cultivated earth path, but later inherited heart fire true inheritance, so cultivated fire path as well. He did fire monster business and had been one of the tycoons of this business in Treasure Yellow Heaven. He had died long ago, but for some reason, he actually revived. This grave-like mound seems to have the same effect as Heavenly Court's immortal graveyard, it can let GU immortals revive. Bai Ningbing was excited about this discovery. She had made a huge gain this time. Not only did she discover the mysterious mound, she also captured Fang Huan's soul and obtained his inheritance as well as cultivation insights. The even bigger battle spoils were the beast corpses that filled the battlefield. There were many rank 8 immortal materials here. Rank 7 immortal materials were even higher in number. Sovereign immortal aperture, mini southern border. Rumble. With a loud sound, a mountain landed on the ground like a large stamp. The famous mountain was red and squarish. This mountain did not have even a trace of soil, it was completely formed from all kinds of copper. It was Copper Seal Mountain. Previously, Copper Seal Mountain was targeted by the tribulation of the 3000 heaven path Tao marks, half of it was split by the lightning, giving out dense smoke and sparks. The entire mountain had turned into a molten state and emitted a terrible smell. But now, after Fang Yuan issued the corresponding missions, Copper Seal Mountain was repaired by many GU immortals. It was not only restored to its former state, it was even larger now. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2142 Ideas about Resources. Chapter 2142 Ideas about Resources. Alright, we have finally moved this Copper Seal Mountain now. The exhausted GU immortals let out breaths of relief. One Rockman GU immortal did not rest and began to prepare. After a long while, he activated an Earth Path Killer move. Under the effect of this killer move, Copper Seal Mountain seemed to shake slightly. The base of the mountain started emitting a thin earth and yellow radiance. The threads of light gathered and formed a translucent, golden Earth Path mountain root. The mountain root pierced the ground and began to spread quickly. The Rockman GU immortal continued to maintain the killer move. He had an expression of difficulty, his immortal essence was consumed rapidly. Finally, he could no longer continue and stopped the killer move. The mountain root stopped spreading rapidly and paused. It had entered deep underground and began to grow with normal speed. In the coming years, this mountain root would join with the surrounding Tao marks, maintaining and helping to stabilize Copper Seal Mountain. Trees had tree roots, while mountains had mountain roots. If they were casually moved, the roots could be broken and result in their destruction. Therefore, moving famous trees and mountains required special wood path and earth path methods, otherwise, there were more disadvantages than advantages in moving them forcefully. The Rockman GU immortal sat cross-legged on the ground and started to recover. He was extremely tired, his immortal essence expenditure was also the highest among the immortals. Naturally, after the mission completion, his contribution points would be that much higher as well. As for the other GU immortals, they had finished resting and started to carry out the final inspection. After a while, the immortals gathered once again. That will do, this Copper Seal Mountain state is good. The mountain root situation is also pretty good. Such a famous mountain and mountain root can completely bear the task of being an earth vein node. Master is truly majestic and bold. He is actually constructing an earth vein in the entire mini 5 regions. This plan is really too grand and will need at least 10 years to complete. It really makes me admire him endlessly. The immortals nodded, they had the same feeling. Alright, let's leave. We need to relocate the next famous mountain. There are not many GU immortals who can relocate mountains, but there will be fewer tasks like this as we continue finishing them. The contribution points are also abundant. Let's work hard and try to finish some more. Yes. Recently, if someone cannot continue, they will make a trip to the liver life formation. No one wants to give up on those contribution points. I already went before this. Haha, is that so? I also went there. The immortals left Copper Seal Mountain while conversing. If the mini 5 regions were looked from high above, one would see about 10 groups of people working hard to relocate mountains. Of course, it was not just famous mountains. Besides famous mountains, there were also the 10 Earths that could act as Earth vein nodes. There was a detailed description regarding 10 Earths in Southern Borders Paradise Earth True Inheritance. The 10 Earths were Earth Abyss, Earth Trench, Earth Tunnel, Earth Cave, Earth Prison, Production Earth, Flying Earth, Formation Earth, Treasure Earth, and Tomb Earth. These 10 Earths could bear the task of being Earth vein nodes. The first step in Fang Yuan's artificial Earth vein construction was to arrange all kinds of Earth vein nodes in the mini 5 regions. He would then use Earth path methods to connect the nodes. Lastly, he would make adjustments. Currently, Fang Yuan could only create half of the 10 Earths: Earth Abyss, Earth Trench, Earth Tunnel, Production Earth, and Formation Earth. The other 5 Earths were beyond his ability. For example, Tomb Earth. The formation of this Earth was shrouded in mystery, even Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable could not see through it. GU Immortals could revive in this area. Tomb Earth's tombstone was also extremely mysterious, possessing the ability of information path. It seemed to be able to extract and condense all the information of the GU Immortal's life from the river of time. The greater the reputation of the GU Immortal, the more detailed the writings on the tombstone, which seemed to provide more help towards the GU Immortal's revival. The specific relation between them had to be verified. At present, Fang Yuan's subordinates were all moving mountains. Mountains usually acted as earth vein nodes and not the 10 earths. These mountains needed to be at least of famous mountain level. There are not many famous mountains in the sovereign immortal aperture. I estimate they can only cover 30% of the earth vein nodes in the first step of the plan. The artificial earth vein project was extremely large and needed the most investment. Fang Yuan had annexed a large number of grotto heavens and obtained an inestimable amount of cultivation resources, but now, he was starting to see the limits. Fang Yuan still had a famous mountain which he did not use. That was the recently obtained human smoke mountain. It is better to keep this mountain. My intuition is telling me that if I continue to use Chai Clan's human path research results, I will be able to condense the essence of human smoke mountain and form an incomplete human mountain. Fang Yuan was a human path grandmaster. His intuition regarding human path was much more accurate than human path masters. After killing many mortals raised by Chai Clan, human sea was complete, but human mountain had yet to form. The combination of human mountain and human sea would definitely be extremely powerful. Even in 500 years of his previous life, Fang Yuan had not seen it. But this was a long-term project. The investment in constructing a secluded domain of heaven and earth was extremely big, much bigger than the investment in an artificial earth vein. The reason the incomplete human sea could be completed was because there were the painstaking accumulations of Eastern Sea's Sha clan. It was at its final stage and required human path resources. Eastern Sea's Sha clan suffered from their righteous path identity and could only collect the resources secretly. How could they dare to be like Fang Yuan, killing and massacring openly? Firstly, Fang Yuan chose the targets of slaughter cleverly. He did not cross the limits of the righteous Qi alliance, they ignored it. Later, he paid attention to Chai Clan's mortals. Fang Yuan decisively gave up on a portion of the benefits to negotiate forcefully. Even a super clan like Chai Clan finally submitted to Fang Yuan's demonic might, lowering their head to cooperate. I am starting to lack resources. Fang Yuan frowned slightly. The plan of constructing Human Mountain was definitely far away in the future. In fact, the incomplete refinement sea was also on the verge of being consumed. Fang Yuan had invested too much in this recent period of time. In fact, he had looted countless cultivation resources. These resources mostly came from two heavens grotto heavens, which had a long history spanning several hundreds of thousands of years, and even 1,000,000 years. But it would not last long. Fang Yuan had been refining rank 8 immortal GU on a large scale. At the same time, he used rank 6 and rank 7 cultivation resources to nurture his subordinates. Fang Yuan had too many GU immortals under him. Just Langya sect alone had many hairy man GU immortals, the variant human alliance had even more GU immortals. There was also the group of variant human GU immortals like Bing Yuan, Shizong and Mo Tan Sang. Beast Calamity Grotto Heaven's human GU immortals were close to 10, including Combat Beast King. And there was also Lady White Rabbit, Fairy Miao Yin, as well as Fang Yuan's clones Wu Shuai, Zan Biyu Du, and others. Not long ago, Mushroom and GU immortals joined him. Among them, the strongest was Kei Shinhong. The size of Fang Yuan's subordinate GU immortals far surpassed normal super forces. Even Longevity Heaven could not compare to him, that was to say, only the former Shadow Sect that had Zombie Alliance, and Heavenly Court that had the 10 great ancient sects under it, could compare to him. Were Wu clan to possess this many GU immortals, Wu Yong might be laughing happily even in his dreams. A formidable character like Wu Yong did not care about the difference in races, he only cared if they were usable or not. Naturally, it would be better if they were all human GU immortals. Fang Yuan was expanding so much that no amount of cultivation resources would be enough for him to use. Fortunately, his foundation was extremely robust and could last for this long. But now, it was beginning to show signs of exhaustion. Looks like I need to plunder resources again. Although his accumulations were still there, Fang Yuan was preparing for the future. I have already looted the resources of the variant human alliance. Only a portion of the grotto heavens remain now. Mushroom in Paradise's situation is also the same. Almost all the mushroomen have moved over, let alone the resources accumulated there. Fang Yuan analyzed. He had placed his hopes on Myriad Beast Fusion Color Heaven, but from the information Zan Biyu Du brought, Fang Yuan knew Longevity Heaven had placed its forces in Myriad Beast Fusion Color Heaven. Myriad beast fusion color heaven itself was very powerful and was difficult to conquer. There were definitely forces eyeing it other than longevity heaven. So, although that place had plenty of resources, Feng Yuan did not want to target it at the moment. Eastern Sea's blue dragon whale also had abundant resources. But it was also not possible. Ever since the last time he left, Feng Yuan had not been able to find any traces of the blue dragon whale. He had used the killer move heaven and earth travel to try to enter the blue dragon whale's immortal aperture, but failed mysteriously every time. There is still a group of 2 heavens grotto heavens who submitted to Chi-Si ancestor, they are all humans. These grotto heavens also have plenty of cultivation resources. Maybe, I can cooperate with Chi-Si clone. For the moment, Feng Yuan did not want to invade super forces like Chai clan and Wu clan. That would expend his own luck. Any super force possessed enormous luck and had a few tricks up their sleeves. There might not be many benefits and the risks were definitely huge. More importantly, even if he invaded super forces, Feng Yuan did not want to take over too much of the outside world's territories. It was much better to develop the sovereign immortal aperture, both his territories and himself were in one body, it was extremely flexible and convenient. Other GU immortals did not have the sovereign immortal aperture, so it was more beneficial for them to occupy territories. If they possessed the sovereign immortal aperture, they might also make the same choice as Feng Yuan. A strong wind suddenly blew over from 4 elements square regret blood refinement pool and charged towards the skies before dissipating. He Chun Chu brought good news, Wu clan's fan wind GU was advanced successfully, though it failed 2 times in the process. Rank 8 fan wind GU. In recent times, 4 elements square regret blood refinement pool had gone through some adjustments and its ability was much stronger now. Including fan wind GU, Feng Yuan had already refined over 50 rank 8 immortal GU with 4 elements square regret blood refinement pool. I can sell true inheritances on a large scale in treasure yellow heaven in exchange for cultivation resources. The profits from doing GU refinement business are also quite amazing. Feng Yuan thought of 2 ways to gather resources. According to Feng Yuan's current refinement path strength, he was only unable to refine rank 9 and rank 10 immortal GU, as well as some specific rank 8 immortal GU. For instance, Feng Yuan lacked sufficient rank 8 luck path immortal materials for fortune rivaling heaven immortal GU. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2143 Tiger Poison GU. Chapter 2143, Tiger Poison GU. You have only 7 days left to live. Meng Chu Zhen entered Paradise Earth's dream realm. What welcomed him was this sentence. What? Meng Chu Zhen blurted out in astonishment. In front of him was an old mushroom granny. She sighed and said in a guilty tone, "Little am I, your grandmother is too useless, I really have no way to treat your illness." Using this short time, Meng Chu Zhen quickly scanned his surroundings. He found that not only was there a mushrooman in front of him, he himself was also a mushrooman. And right now, they were in a hut that was specific to mushrooman culture. This hut had deep green walls, it was constructed with special grass and mud. The roof of the hut was made with straws. The furnishings inside the hut were simple and revealed this was a doctor's home. Grandma, is it really hopeless? Is there really no other way? Meng Chu Zhen pretended to be in disbelief while trying hard to find clues regarding this dream realm. The mushroom granny hesitated for a moment before saying, "There is a way." Meng Chu Zhen immediately asked, "What way?" The mushroom granny shook her head and walked towards a table. There were medicine pots all over the table, some were white, some were gray, but most were black. Some of these medicine pots were opened, they were filled with dried medicinal herbs or pitch black medicinal liquid. Whereas some medicine pots were covered tightly with lids. The old granny seemed to be in a complicated mood, she subconsciously moved these medicine pots before gradually calming down. With her back towards Meng Chu Zhen, she said, "The one thing I can think of that can possibly save you is not a method, but a person." A person? Meng Chu Zhen got near to the old granny, he saw these medicine pots actually contained GU worms. The old granny sighed. "Sigh, you know her too." Meng Chu Zhen had no idea who she meant, but he had plenty of experience and developed quite a glib tongue. He said, "Could it be her?" "Indeed, her. My tribe's previous witch, Huang Wan," said the old granny. Every mushrooman tribe had a witch. Different from the merman tribe's saintess, witches did not hold authority, but they usually had high reputation. Because witches were the most capable female doctors in the mushrooman tribe. Without the witch's support and blessing, The Mushroomman's next tribe leader would face questioning and might even be unable to take the position. You only have hope of survival by looking for the previous witch, Huang Wan. The old granny emphasized. Meng Chu-jen immediately asked. Then, where is she? Whip Mountain. The old granny looked at Meng Chu-jen. Little Mi, you are a good child, I have watched you grow up. The plague is terrorizing the tribe, but you should not have been infected. It was because you helped me treat others of your own accord that you got infected. You also know a thing or two about Huang Wan's matter. Although she is extremely strong, she betrayed the tribe, so you can only go look for her personally. The tribe won't help you. Meng Chu-jen nodded. He keenly sensed that the old granny had some hidden meaning behind her words. He suddenly had a flash of inspiration and asked, "But Grandma, I simply cannot reach there with my strength. I must see Huang Wan to obtain her help. Not only to keep my life, but more than that, I want to bring back a way to treat the illness." Good child, good child. The old granny was relieved. That is what I want you to do. Rest assured, you are taking the risk to go to Whip Mountain. Your journey will be filled with dangers, and Whip Mountain is moreover a human territory. How can I, your grandmother, let you go like that? The old granny turned sideways and opened all of the medicine pots on the table. You can take 3 of the GU worms here. They will provide a huge help to you. Many thanks, Grandma, Meng Chu-jen said while thinking. It was like this indeed. He had plenty of experiences in exploring dream realms. With just this conversation, he had already probed the key of this dream realm stage. The crucial hidden point of this stage of the dream realm is the selection of GU. If I did not sense the old granny's hidden meaning and mentioned it, I might not have gotten the chance to select GU. Choosing 3 GU worms will definitely lower the difficulty of the dream realm. But which 3 would be better for me? Meng Chu-jen carefully observed the GU worms while secretly activating Dream Butterfly Immortal GU. With the help of Dream Butterfly Immortal GU, Meng Chu-jen soon found various clues of the second stage. Choose quickly, stop wasting time needlessly. You need to treasure every breath of time you have. The old granny urged. Meng Chu-jen said through clenched teeth. Grandma, let me consider for a bit longer. The old granny said with a cold face. HMPH, you are already in this situation, you must be decisive. Choose 3 GU worms immediately, then leave the valley through this secret passage. If this time passes, that passage will be closed for 7 days. Choose quickly. Meng Chu-jen was not able to put it off any longer, but fortunately, he had already gotten much information in this short period of time. I choose these 3. Meng Chu-jen quickly chose 3 GU from the tens of medicine pots. Good, you chose well. Huang Xiao Mi, time is pressing, I can only help you till here, leave now. The old granny's voice had just ended when Meng Chu-jen's sight turned dark. The dream realm entered the second stage. He had rank 3 cultivation, and using his GU worms as well as the 3 new GU, he traveled rapidly through the mountains, although it was arduous. He walked through the dangerous man-eating forest, past the high fog, and crossed the death marsh. He was now facing his final obstacle, a 1000 Beast King level black bear. Meng Chu-jen fought a long and bitter battle with the black bear. Finally, the black bear collapsed on the ground. Its thick body shrank within a few breaths of time like a balloon that was poked. In just a short while, its blood, flesh, and organs turned into purple poison which flowed out of its wounds and orifices. Meng Chu-jen carefully squatted and took out Tiger Poison GU. This rank 3 Tiger Poison GU was one of the 3 GU he chose in the first stage of the Dream Realm. Once activated, it could emit Tiger Poison. Tiger Poison GU was like a black scorpion, but its head had golden markings that resembled the character for King. It came out of the white-silver aperture and started absorbing the poison that was all over the ground. Soon, the poison was completely absorbed by it, and its body was slightly enlarged. With a shift of Meng Chu-jen's will, Tiger Poison GU obediently flew back into his aperture. The first stage had many poison GU, like Snake Poison GU, Dove Poison GU, Bee Poison GU, and so on. Against the 1000 Beast King level black bear, Bee Poison GU, which is restrained by bear physique, should never be selected. Snake Poison GU and Dove Poison GU have rather slow effects. Only Tiger Poison GU is specialized in dealing with this kind of large beast and its effect takes place quickly as well. Moreover, when used with Poison Liquid GU, Tiger Poison can change form and become extremely practical in battle. In the fight with the Black Bear King, Meng Chu-jen used Poison Liquid GU and Tiger Poison GU to form a Poison Liquid Tiger. The poison liquid tiger was able to fight the black bear king head-on. It greatly made up for Meng Chu Zhen's weakness in direct combat. Meng Chu Zhen stayed at the back and continuously used poison path Gu worms to help the poison liquid tiger and claimed victory in the end. Naturally, tiger poison Gu also had its disadvantage. The disadvantage was quite big as well. There was a common saying that even tigers would not hurt their cubs. Tiger poison Gu had no effect towards infantile targets. According to Dream Butterfly Immortal Gu's information, Meng Chu Zhen had already known in the first stage that the black bear was the final obstacle and also the most difficult one. He acted according to the conditions and selected the most crucial tiger poison Gu. Tiger poison Gu's toxicity and venom quantity has fallen greatly, even though I gathered the remaining poison after the battle. Tiger poison Gu needs time to recuperate. My overall power has decreased quite a bit. Fortunately, this is the final obstacle, and this is a dream realm, not the real wilderness. Huh, what happened? Meng Chu Zhen's expression changed slightly. The second stage of the dream realm was still stable and did not disappear like he expected. Is there still another obstacle? It can't be. Dream Butterfly Immortal Gu already scouted everything. Wait a moment, in the search before, there was also a mortal. This mortal did not have Gu master cultivation, so Meng Chu Zhen did not think much of it. Maybe, if tiger poison Gu was not selected, the mortal would provide some help to the Gu cultivator exploring the dream realm. But now, Meng Chu Zhen realized this mortal seemed to be a crucial factor. According to the gathered information, Meng Chu Zhen naturally knew of this mortal's location. He immediately moved towards the location. Halfway on his journey, his strength started decreasing rapidly. What's going on? Meng Chu Zhen immediately inspected himself and turned pale. The plague has erupted. There were clearly about 2 more days left. Could it be, the battle with the black bear expended too much of my energy, and my body is unable to bear it, so the plague erupted earlier? This plague was specific to mushroomman. Once it erupted, mushrooms would grow all over the body. The bigger the mushrooms grew, the more vitality they would extract from the mushroomman. The plague broke out so violently that when Meng Chu Zhen discovered it, he was already sapped of his strength and collapsed on the ground. Is this dream realm exploration going to end here? I haven't even seen Paradise Earth's face. To help the main body's plan of constructing Earth Vein, Meng Chu Zhen started the exploration of Paradise Earth's dream realm ahead of time. No, I still have hope. Persevere, I must persevere. This place is not that far from that mortal's location. Although Meng Chu Zhen was powerless and could only lie on the ground, it had not reached the worst situation yet. At least, he had strength to breath and could use the Gu worms in his aperture. He immediately activated a healing Gu worm and started delaying for time. The healing Gu could not cure the root problem and only lessened the threat of the plague. But its effect was minimal, like a child trying to stop a car. Damn it, the battle with the Black Bear King expended over half of my primeval essence. My primeval essence will be used up soon. Meng Chu Zhen was forced into a predicament again. But right at this time, he heard rustling noises. It's that mortal's footsteps. Good. Meng Chu Zhen's eyes shone as he used all his strength to shout, "Help, help. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc. please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 2144 Pulling Mushrooms. Chapter 2144, Pulling Mushrooms. Even though he used all his strength to shout, Meng Chu Zhen's voice was still faint. Who was asking for help? A mortal girl pushed aside the brambles and came to the place. Here, look below, Meng Chu Zhen spoke, his voice so faint that it was like a whisper. The mortal girl did not hear him, mumbling, "Did I hear wrongly? Sigh, it is getting late, I need to quickly gather mushrooms and sell them in Clan Village. There are so many mushrooms here." The mortal girl saw Meng Chu Zhen. But right now, Meng Chu Zhen's body was already covered with mushrooms. The mortal girl squatted and started picking the mushrooms on Meng Chu Zhen's body. Every mushroom she picked, the cause of Meng Chu Zhen's falling vitality would decrease by 1. His illness was alleviated rapidly and his strength slowly recovered. That's right, there are still 2 days before my illness truly breaks out. For now at least, my life should be safe. Meng Chu Zhen quickly realized. He then spoke. "Girl, the mushrooms on my body are delicious, it doesn't matter if you pluck them all." The mortal girl jumped from shock. "Don't be afraid, I am also a person. It was me who asked for help earlier, thank you for saving me, kind girl. But I did not do anything." Meng Chu Zhen gave a forced smile. "Pluck all the mushrooms from my body and that will be saving me." These mushrooms are harmful to us mushroomen, but they are harmless and even beneficial to other races. The girl was shocked before smiling. So you are a mushrooman. I have heard rumors about you guys since I was a child. The rumors said you were gentle and never harmed people. I had never seen a living mushrooman before I met you. Meng Chu Zhen quickly said. Pick the mushrooms quickly, I can't last much longer. The girl's hands were nimble, she rapidly picked the mushrooms from Meng Chu Zhen's body. He was out of the hopeless situation and rescued from the brink of failure. There is still one last mushroom. The girl said seriously. Wait, Meng Chu Zhen's expression changed, you don't need to pick that mushroom, ah. The girl blinked her pure eyes and her face reddened slightly, I can't pull it out, does it hurt? Meng Chu Zhen was pale as he took a sharp breath, don't pull it. But the girl shook her head, saying stubbornly, that won't do, mushrooman big brother, you said it earlier, I need to pick all the mushrooms from your body for you to be cured. Don't ah. The girl pulled up her sleeves, showing an extremely serious and cute expression, HMPH, I don't believe I can't pull it out. Meng Chu Zhen, ah. Amidst the miserable cries of Meng Chu Zhen, the second stage was finally passed. His sight changed from a chaotic whirlpool of colors to gradually clearing up. This was a bustling and busy market with people walking everywhere. This is Tu Clan Village. Behind Meng Chu Zhen, the mushroomman Huang Xiao Mi, who was covered tightly, said in a low voice. Meng Chu Zhen's mind shook slightly. In the previous two stages, he had played the role of Huang Xiao Mi, but in this third stage, his identity was actually changed. This situation was not common. Meng Chu Zhen quickly inspected himself. I became that human girl. Meng Chu Zhen sighed inwardly. Huang Xiaomi's strength was barely enough, and now, Meng Chu Zhen was immortal, a young girl at that. The change in identity caused Meng Chu Zhen to feel some doubts. What was the main mission in this Paradise Earth Dream Realm? In the previous two stages, he had Huang Xiaomi's identity and had estimated the Dream Realm's main mission was to save the Mushroomman tribe by curing the plague. But now that his identity changed, Meng Chu Zhen immediately felt his speculation wavering intensely. No matter what, since Huang Xiao Mi followed the human girl into Tu Clan Village, I should still try to help Huang Xiao Mi to find the Mushroomman witch. Meng Chu Zhen decided to continue following the previous trail. Fang Tu, you came. Quick, the position beside me is very good, take it quickly. The evening market is not like the morning market, it only lasts for a short period of time. A middle-aged uncle waved at Meng Chu Zhen. Thank you, uncle. Meng Chu Zhen thought for a bit and placed her basket filled with mushrooms at the space beside the uncle. Huang Xiao Mi silently helped Meng Chu Zhen set up the mushrooms. The middle-aged uncle took a glance and exclaimed, these mushrooms are really fresh. Naturally, Huang Xiao Mi said proudly. The middle-aged uncle's gaze moved towards him, This is my distant relative, he came to help me. Meng Chu Zhen quickly replied. The middle-aged uncle did not ask any more, the evening market had already started, crowds of people were moving around and everyone was busy. Some were busy buying, some were busy selling. The traded goods were all mortal materials like mushrooms, vegetables, bean cakes, and so on. This was a mortal market and had daily necessities. There were no transactions of GU worms, unless a merchant caravan passed through Tu Clan Village. After about 5 minutes, the crowd began to grow sparse. At this time, sounds of disturbance came from ahead. Step aside, move aside, can't you see Lord Greenbeast is here? A young man shouted, 5 to 6 people were pushing through the narrow pavement. Everywhere they went, pedestrians made way in fear and nervousness, while some even showed disdain and hatred inwardly. Fang Tu, hide quickly. Don't let that beast see you. The middle-aged uncle quickly reminded. Meng Chu Zhen was dazed. Lady Fang Tu. At the next moment, the leader of the group, the bald youngster, shouted. His eyes let out a sneaky light as he noticed Meng Chu Zhen from far away. What's going on? Meng Chu Zhen narrowed his eyes as he saw the bald youngster walking towards him with quick steps. The bald youngster had thick brows and large eyes but had not even a single hair on his head, instead, there was a tattoo of a green beast on his head. The bald youngster rubbed his green beast tattoo and smiled widely, Lady Fang Tu, you are selling mushrooms again. I want to buy them. Oh, Meng Chu Zhen was inwardly vigilant while asking, how much do you want to buy? The bald youngster raised a finger, I want to buy 1 kilogram. Help me pick the big and good ones. Meng Chu Zhen began to pick the mushrooms. This is good, that one is also good, I want them. The bald youngster nicknamed, Green Beast, pointed here and there. I told you, I want this one and that one. The bald youngster said. Which ones do you want? Meng Chu Zhen frowned, sensing that the young man seemed to be toying with him. The bald youngster grinned. Forget it, Sister Fang, let me help you, we will choose together. The bald youngster acted immediately. Soft, so soft, he chose several mushrooms and said. Meng Chu Zhen replied. These are all fresh, I picked them just today. Smooth, so smooth, the bald youngster praised again. Meng Chu Zhen slowly looked up and said with a frown, you are touching my hand. Ah, sorry. The bald youngster laughed. Meng Chu Zhen opened his eyes wide. You are still touching. Accident, it was an accident. Meng Chu Zhen was speechless, he was actually being molested. PFF'd, shameless guy, actually molesting an innocent girl in broad daylight. Huang Xiao Mi could not endure it anymore, he shouted. Who are you? Why are you standing beside my Lady Fang? The bald youngster was immediately provoked and stared at Huang Xiao Mi. The two started arguing, sparks seemed to be flying in the air. This is the limit of Dream Butterfly Immortal GU. Meng Chu Zhen sighed inwardly. Dream Butterfly Immortal GU could inspect the details of the next event of the Dream Realm, but it could not inspect what the owner of Dream Butterfly would encounter. Because the changes in the Dream Realm would occur when the GU cultivator entered and interacted with the Dream Realm. Meng Chu Zhen had already inspected the bald youngster and this two-clan village's market in the previous stage. But he was unable to know what he would encounter specifically in advance. The two argued in front of Meng Chu Zhen, their argument got increasingly heated to the point of nearly exchanging blows. Meng Chu Zhen was just about to persuade them to stop when a flash of inspiration hit him, and he kept quiet. I am getting angry. Brat, you are looking for a beating. The bald youngster suddenly rubbed his head and attacked. HMPH, who is afraid of you? Huang Xiao Mi did not show weakness, attacking immediately. The two started fighting. Don't fight, don't fight. Meng Chu Zhen called out while retreating. He was in a mortal body now, and had no ability to interfere in a GU master's battle. But fortunately, be it Huang Xiao Mi or the bald youngster, they both cared about Meng Chu Zhen. When Meng Chu Zhen retreated to a safe distance, they started using GU cultivator methods. After several rounds, Huang Xiao Mi was clearly at a disadvantage and was not the bald youngster's match. This ruffian is really strong. Meng Chu Zhen was slightly surprised. He was well aware of Huang Xiaomi's strength, after he acted as the latter in the first and second stage of the Dream Realm. But he did not expect the bald youngster to be so strong, he had already suppressed Huang Xiao Mi. Wait a second, you are not a human, you are a variant human. The bald youngster suddenly called out. In the heat of the battle, Huang Xiaomi's identity was exposed. Amazing, you spy, what are you trying to do by entering my two-clan village? You definitely have bad intentions. Ha ha ha, I am going to make a great contribution. The bald youngster continued to shout. Attack him together, he is a mushrooman, we don't have to uphold the moral of humanity against such a person. Despicable, if you are a man, fight me alone. Huang Xiao Mi was heavily outnumbered and captured, but he was still shouting indignantly. Ha ha ha, I will be two clans' hero by catching you. The bald youngster laughed, kicking the bound Huang Xiao Mi, just lie still, you variant human. After saying this, the bald youngster ran towards Meng Chu Zhen and asked in concern, Sister Fang, are you alright? You definitely had no idea or were forced by this mushrooman. Haha, how will you thank me now? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc. please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2145 Being a Bystander. Chapter 2145, Being a Bystander. Meng Chu Zhen shook his head, saying in an impatient tone, Brother Mi is a good person. The bald youngster interrupted him, shouting hurriedly, as expected, the scheming mushroomman threatened Lady Fang. Let's go and report to the elders. Move. Under everyone's gaze, Meng Chu Zhen went with the flow and entered two-clan village with the bald youngster, Huang Xiao Mi, and the rest. On the way, the bald youngster reminded Meng Chu Zhen softly, Sister Fang, you need to report properly, otherwise you might be implicated as well. Variant humans like this mushroomman are vicious things, he is already sure to die. Meng Chu Zhen did not respond. The tied Huang Xiao Mi shouted. That's right, I deceived Fang Tu and threatened her. You are creating a huge trouble for your two clan by capturing me. Someone will definitely come to save me. Huang Xiao Mi was saved by Fang Tu, he clearly did not want to implicate his benefactor, thus saying this intentionally. The bald youngster led Huang Xiao Mi to two clan villages' prison, and received praises from two clan villages' elders. After everyone left, the bald youngster invited Meng Chu Zhen to his home. It is already late, Sister Fang, come to my home to have dinner and stay for the night. Back when we were neighbors, we used to play together. My mother will also be very happy if she sees you. So this, green beast, had this kind of relationship with Fang too. Meng Chu Zhen nodded and let the plot develop. Soon, Meng Chu Zhen followed the bald youngster to his home. This was an ordinary two-storied bamboo building. Only the bald youngster and his mother lived here. The bald youngster opened the door to the kitchen and said loudly, "Mother, look who I brought." "Ah, little Fang, I haven't seen you for many days. Are your parents okay?" The bald youngster's mother was very enthusiastic. "They are both fine, thank you, Auntie," Meng Chu Zhen said half-heartedly. The bald youngster's mother nodded, smiling. "Little Fang is here as a guest, take a seat, I will prepare some dishes." The bald youngster said impatiently, "Mother, you should prepare more delicious food. This meal will be your son's celebration feast as well." "You brat, what have you done this time?" The bald youngster's mother frowned. The bald youngster patted his chest. "Mother, your son made a huge contribution this time. I arrested a mushroomman and locked him in prison." "What?" The bald youngster's mother paused. The bald youngster quickly narrated the event. The bald youngster's mother frowned as she looked at Meng Chu Zhen. "Little Fang, this brat likes to talk nonsense, is what he said true?" "Yes," Meng Chu Zhen nodded before adding, "but big brother Huang Xiao Mi is a good person." "I." Before he finished speaking, he was once again interrupted by the bald youngster. "All right, Sister Fang, I have warned you several times. You can say this at home, but don't talk about it outside." Okay. The bald youngster's mother waved her hand. "Brat, there is no more soy sauce left. Go to the nearby shop and get some soy sauce." "Ah, hurry up and go, how can I make food without soy sauce?" "Oh, all right. After the bald youngster left, his mother walked towards Meng Chu Zhen. "Come, little Fang, tell Auntie what is going on." The Dream Realm's third stage passed like this. Fourth stage. Deep in the night, underground prison. My identity changed again. When Meng Chu Zhen came to his senses, he immediately realized this. He had left the mortal Fang Tu's identity and become a GU master again. Moreover, his cultivation was rank 4. I am actually the bald youngster's mother now. Meng Chu Zhen shortly discovered that the bald youngster's mother was actually a mushroomman. Meng Chu Zhen immediately had a guess. My current identity is probably that Huang Wan. This dream realm originated from Paradise Earth. What was special about it was the identities in the different stages of the dream realm were not fixed. I might even play the role of Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable in the next dream realm. Meng Chu Zhen smiled. Till now, he had not seen even the shadow of Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable. In the first stage of the dream realm, Meng Chu Zhen learned that Huang Xiaomi's mushroomman tribe had a former witch, Huang Wan. She had great strength and was the only doctor that might be able to cure the plague. However, he knew from the old granny that this former witch Huang Wan was expelled from the tribe for some reason. This mushroomman Huang Wan concealed her identity and lived in Two Clan Village, a human territory. She even adopted a human child to perfectly conceal her identity. If that bald youngster knew his mother was actually a mushroomman, I wonder what expression he would show. Meng Chu Zhen laughed. He used a very short period of time to get familiar with the GU worms on him. The GU worms were comprehensive, covering attack, defense, movement, healing, and other aspects. Meng Chu Zhen intuitively sensed some of these GU worms could combine to form a mortal killer move. Unfortunately, the situation now did not allow Meng Chu Zhen to test the killer move or its possible combination. The third stage already gave obvious clues. Although this mushroomman Huang Wan was expelled from the tribe, her heart is with the tribe. She immediately moved during the night to save Huang Xiao Mi. I must move quickly. Meng Chu Zhen immediately went deeper into the underground prison. The structure of the underground prison was simple and clear. Very soon, he saw Huang Xiao Mi, who was tied to the wall in the deepest part of the prison. Meng Chu Zhen used his GU worms, silently melting the lock on the prison door. Huang Xiao Mi, wake up. Meng Chu Zhen walked towards Huang Xiao Mi and was about to inspect his condition. Suddenly, Huang Xiao Mi detonated, turning into ash that covered Meng Chu Zhen. Shortly after, alarm bells rang and guards started shouting. The whole prison started emitting dark yellow light. The concealed GU formation was activated. Oh no, it is a trap. Meng Chu Zhen helplessly discovered that Huang Xiao Mi had completely disappeared. He hurriedly retreated, using poison GU to corrode the GU formation, but it showed little effect. Such guts. Breaking into my two clans' jail. It is indeed like that captive said, someone came to save him. HMPH. Surrender quietly and we might spare your life. Two elders with similar faces like they were twins were transported by the GU formation and arrived in front of Meng Chu-jen. Meng Chu-jen sneered as he started the fight. The battle lasted for 60 rounds before he was defeated and captured by the two elders. The dream realm dissipated. I failed. Meng Chu-jen's soul returned to his body as he sighed. Paradise Earth's dream realm was not easy to explore, but Meng Chu-jen had plenty of experience. He reached the 4th stage before failing. His soul was quite injured. Meng Chu-jen began to think about the events while healing his soul. Those two elders are really strong. They both have rank 4 cultivation, and they have extremely good teamwork when fighting, like they are one person. Not only do I have to fight those two elders, I also have to deal with the GU formation. It is quite straining. Naturally, there is another important reason. I am not familiar with poison path GU worms. I should use this time to deduce the hidden poison path killer moves. There is another reason as well. Meng Chu-jen reflected on himself and realized he had been fretful in the dream realm. Although that fake Huang Xiaomi deceived his initial detection methods, if he was in his normal mental state, he would not have rashly entered the prison, and would have used GU worms to inspect the situation once again. At that time, Huang Wan's mood was extremely anxious and I was unknowingly affected by it, clouding my judgment. There were emotional disturbances in the previous 3 stages as well, but they were all suppressed by Meng Chu-jen. At the 4th stage, the dream realm's emotions would naturally be deeper than the 3rd stage. This was also one of the difficulties of exploring dream realms. Using this time, Meng Chu-jen deduced 5 poison path killer moves which were mostly based on B-poison GU. Entering the dream realm again, Meng Chu-jen inspected patiently this time. He made an astonishing discovery. Not only was Huang Xiaomi fake, the whole underground prison was also fake. This is a fake prison, the real prison is still below. The GU formation's main body is also below. Meng Chu-jen carefully entered the real underground prison. Two Clan Village's real underground prison was unexpectedly complicated and extensive. The underground prison was like an ant nest, it was filled with thousands of paths intersecting each other. Meng Chu-jen felt like he had entered a maze. The whole mountain seems to have been dug and made into a prison. This Two Clan Village is clearly an ordinary force, but it was actually able to do this. No, there is a trace of earth tunnel here. Meng Chu-jen was probing carefully and soon discovered traces of one of the 10 earth tunnel. This mountain must be of famous mountain level, it contains a natural earth tunnel. Two Clan Village just slightly developed the earth tunnel and was able to gain a large amount of resources. No wonder they were able to nurture 2 rank 4 elders. Meng Chu-jen was moving everywhere in the prison. The underground prison was mostly empty, and there were more beasts than mortals locked up in it. Meng Chu-jen was still unable to find any clues even after some time. The dream realm had exhausted a large amount of his soul foundation by now. Those 2 GU masters. Meng Chu-jen suddenly heard the sounds of GU cultivators traveling through the earth tunnel from ahead. He quickly moved aside and hid. Swish, swish, the 2 GU masters slipped out from the earth tunnel. The 2 rank 4 elders. Meng Chu-jen was observing secretly, and immediately recognized them. They were all along in the underground prison, so they were able to reach the fake prison immediately in the previous situation. The 2 elders talked while moving. This mushroomman is quite tight-lipped, he actually endured such cruel torture. Even if he does not say it, we are already aware that a mushroomman tribe has been hiding in the surroundings of Two Clan Village. It is just that we don't know the specific location. Right, we must obtain the specific location of the mushroomman tribe from this captive and eliminate them. In a few days, we will be able to remove the defensive methods on his soul. At that time, we will know everything by searching his soul. 0. The title is literally translated as buying soy sauce. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2146 Prison Break. Chapter 2146, Prison Break. The 2 elders gradually stopped, entering another tunnel as they moved along instead. The 2 of them rapidly left the place. Meng Chu-jen's eyes twitched. The scene in front of him reminded him of certain memories in his mind. In the 500 years of the main body's previous life, during the 5 regions chaotic war, a super clan known as Two Clan emerged in southern border. Their GU immortals were most skilled at digging tunnels and using them to launch sneak attacks in battle. Does this have anything to do with this two village? There were several possibilities regarding this. Firstly, two villages' inheritance was excavated by someone. Secondly, two villages' bloodline was spread by descendants, they rose to become immortal during the era of abundant dream realms, or they were simply secluded GU immortals. Thirdly, two villages' members revived in Tomb Earth. Meng Chu Zhen successfully found his way to Huangshao Mi after following the route of the two rank 4 elders. Huangshao Mi was curled up in a corner of the cell, having fallen asleep. This time, Meng Chu Zhen investigated carefully. After finding out that there were no traps here, he entered the prison cell. He immediately found that Huangshao Mi was in poor shape, at the brink of death. Huangshao Mi had the mushroom plague to begin with, it was quite fatal. If one had insufficient resistance, they would die. Today, he first fought against the bald youngster before getting interrogated by the two elders, his entire body was overgrown with mushrooms. If Meng Chu Zhen did not arrive in time, he would die in just a few more breaths of time. Meng Chu Zhen sighed to himself, it was a close shave, if he came later, this dream realm exploration would have failed entirely. He immediately tried to save Huangshao Mi, thankfully, he was prepared for this. The mushrooms on Huangshao Mi's body continued to shrink until all of them went back into his body. Who are you? Huangshao Mi was barely able to open his eyes, his vision was still blurred. Meng Chu Zhen answered immediately, I am Huang Wan, I have already used a killer move to suppress the mushroom plague in your body. Your situation is dire, your life force is almost depleted. I cannot pull out the mushrooms casually as it will consume your life as well. Huangshao Mi immediately thanked, thank you for saving my life, senior. Sigh, it is still too early to say that. Let's go out, I need to research on this plague. You don't have much time left. Meng Chu Zhen said. He had not created a poison path killer move that could heal Huangshao Mi's illness yet. However, the next scene might request for him to heal this mushroom plague. Naturally, that was just his guess. While searching for Huangshao Mi earlier, Meng Chu Zhen did not have a chance to activate Dream Butterfly Immortal GU, thus he did not know what the following scenes would be. You need to persevere, let's go. Meng Chu Zhen helped Huangshao Mi to get up as they left together. But halfway through, they met the bald youngster. Stand there. As expected, someone came to save you. The bald youngster shouted. The two elders were behind him as well, they were furious and shocked. Such guts. Vicious thief, you dare to break into the prison. Quickly activate the formation, capture this person as well. Once he said that, the GU formation activated, the two elders fought while the bald youngster assisted them. Meng Chu Zhen sighed internally as he fought against them. He had many poison path killer moves, they were evenly matched after fighting for some time. But soon, the bald youngster saw a weakness and attacked Huangshao Mi instead. Huangshao Mi could not resist, he was a huge burden to Meng Chu Zhen. Meng Chu Zhen had to grit his teeth as he helped Huangshao Mi time and again. Eventually, he lost the initiative and got suppressed by the two elders. In the end, Huangshao Mi was killed by the bald youngster, dying on the spot. All variant human mushroommen deserve to get killed. The bald youngster shouted with a righteous tone, filled with excitement. At the next moment, the dream realm shattered. Meng Chu Zhen returned to the sovereign immortal aperture, healing himself while collating his insights about the dream. I used Dream Butterfly Immortal GU earlier to investigate this dream realm, but I did not find the bald youngster. To think that after exploring this dream realm to a degree, it would develop on its own and create new characters. Why did the bald youngster come to the prison? From his tone, he seemed to have discovered my traces. What method did he use to find me? Unless he already found out about the secret of his identity, he knows that his mother is a mushroom variant human. So he went along with the flow. After his injuries were healed, Meng Chu Zhen went back into the dream realm with several questions to answer. The route did not change. Meng Chu Zhen arrived at the prison cell in advance. He lurked at a corner and watched as Huangshao Mi was beaten and interrogated by the two elders. These elders had outstanding strength, more importantly, they had the help of the GU formation. Meng Chu Zhen did not want to use brute force. After 2 failures and accumulating experience, his own strength already surpassed the original Huang Wan. But his greatest weakness was still Huangshao Mi. His earlier failures already proved that as long as Huangshao Mi died, the dream realm would fail. It seemed that this scene of the dream realm required him to save Huangshao Mi successfully. Meng Chu Zhen waited patiently. After the two elders left, he immediately went to Huangshao Mi's side. Not waking him up first, Meng Chu Zhen directly used the poison path killer move to get rid of the mushroom plague in Huang Xiaomi's body. Next, Meng Chu Zhen woke Huang Xiaomi up. Huang Xiaomi found out that his illness was cured. He was overjoyed. Thank you, senior. Please save the mushroom tribe. Many of our members are afflicted with this plague. Meng Chu Zhen nodded, giving Huang Xiaomi some poison path GU so that he had some battle strength. Huang Xiaomi did not need Meng Chu Zhen's help. He was barely able to walk on his own as they sneaked out. But this time, the bald youngster still found them along the way. Stand there. As expected, someone came to save you. The bald youngster was very excited. Meng Chu Zhen had a peculiar expression as he asked. I used many methods to conceal my traces. How did you find us? The bald youngster chuckled. I'm not afraid to tell you. With my genius talent, I created a move called Earthly Underground Chi. After I captured this mushroom, I secretly used this tracing killer move. How can you get rid of it in such a rush? Not bad. Even though you are an external member of the clan, you have some talent. Very good. All thanks to you, we found this problem today. This is your merit. The two rank 4 elders looked at the bald youngster in a renewed light. Thank you, lords. The bald youngster was very excited. He had the demeanor of a lackey. I will do my best. Meng Chu Zhen. After an intense battle, Huang Xiaomi still died in battle. Meng Chu Zhen failed his third exploration. After deep analysis and deductions, he went into the fourth exploration. This time, he sneaked in early and hid in a corner. After the two elders left, he immediately entered the prison cell, healing Huang Xiaomi's illness and even giving him healing GU worms. Wait here and heal yourself continuously, do not step out of the cell. There is a tracking method on you. If you try to get out, the enemy will find out. Meng Chu Zhen instructed. After I kill the crucial GU masters, when you see this healing GU worm fly in the air, get out and escape. Huang Xiaomi was very obedient. He nodded. I will listen to senior's instructions. Meng Chu Zhen made the optimal arrangements and left the cell. At the other side, with the development of the dream realm, the bald youngster appeared. He was summoned by the two elders and made his way to them but was suddenly attacked by Meng Chu Zhen. Even though the bald youngster had great strength, he was not Meng Chu Zhen's match, not to mention that Meng Chu Zhen had prepared for this assault. The bald youngster died on the spot. But Meng Chu Zhen found that he could not move. An intense feeling of sadness, guilt, and regret overwhelmed his heart. He found that he lost control of his body. What is going on? It seems that I cannot kill the bald youngster. Maybe because they lived together for so long, the mushroom in Huang Wan had already treated him as her real son. The feeling was so intense that even with Meng Chu Zhen's fortitude, he could not suppress it. Mushroom in Huang Wan shuddered as tears flowed down her cheeks. It could not be stopped. Clank clank clank. Alarm bells suddenly rang. The GU formation was activated as the two elders found their way to Meng Chu Zhen. They must have gotten suspicious after waiting for the bald youngster for so long. They came over to check. Eventually, Meng Chu Zhen's exploration failed as well. So this guy cannot be killed either. Meng Chu Zhen was troubled. Because he could not unravel and dispel that earthly underground chi killer move. Even though it was a mortal killer move, Meng Chu Zhen did not know what GU worms were used in it. And more importantly, even if he knew, could the GU worms on him achieve such an effect? If only I knew how many GU worms the bald youngster had. It is a pity I have already lost the opportunity to find out. In the third scene, Fang Yuan's identity was Fang Tu. If he tried to investigate, with the bald youngster's affection for her, he should have gotten some clues. Earlier, when Fang Tu sold mushrooms, the bald youngster flirted with her. It was a great opportunity. But back then, Meng Chu Zhen had not thought of this. Because Dream Butterfly Immortal GU did not let him see this scene. Back then, the bald youngster did not exist in this scene in the first place. The dream realm changed on its own after saving Huang Xiaomi, causing the bald youngster to appear. Now, after reaching this scene, the earlier ones had vanished already. After deep consideration, Meng Chu Zhen went into the dream realm again. This time, he did not enter the cell directly and wait there. Getting there early was useless. Meng Chu Zhen had to wait for the elders to leave before he could try and save Huang Xiaomi. Meng Chu Zhen set up some arrangements on the route that the elders would take instead. He used Create Dream Immortal GU to establish a complicated tunnel along the way. After making his arrangement, Meng Chu Zhen came to the prison cell. The two elders had just left. He immediately saved Huang Xiaomi but did not leave him in the cell, bringing him away directly. The two elders were just about to meet up with the bald youngster, but they lost their way. With this crucial gap in time, Meng Zhen successfully brought Huang Xiaomi away. During this period, the bald youngster chased them and wanted to stop them. But Meng Zhen did not kill this troublesome guy, instead making him faint on the spot. After stopping Huang Xiaomi from taking revenge, he successfully passed the scene of the dream realm. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2147 War. Chapter 2147, War. The GU masters reacted and quickly retreated. Meng Zhen stomped on the ground with a loud sound, a hole immediately appeared below him. A GU master was caught off guard, he fell into the trap. Wanting to restrict me with this method? He was just about to fly out of the pit, when Meng Zhen held a huge rock that was the size of a horse carriage and tossed it down. Don't. Boom. The huge rock crashed down and sent the GU master into the pit, losing all signs of life. From below the rock, bright red blood started to spread into a puddle. What are you doing? Are you crazy? You are actually attacking our own clan member, a two clansman. The remaining two GU masters watched this as their hearts jumped intensely. Aren't you guys indignant? Meng Zhen snickered as he approached. Even though the bald youngster had limited GU worms, against Meng Zhen's combat attainment, how could these mortal GU masters resist him? After a short while, they were all sprawling on the ground. Stop it, we give up. The GU masters pleaded in a hurry. The sixth scene of the dream realm. Meng Zhen became the mushroom in Huang Xiaomi again. His injuries had healed already, the mushroom plague was successfully healed through Huang Wan's secret treatment. Huang Xiaomi also obtained some poison path GU from Huang Wan. Using these GU to form killer moves, he could completely get rid of the plague that troubled his mushroom tribe. Huang Xiaomi moved stealthily in secret, trying to escape. The surroundings of Two Clan Village had surveying GU masters that did patrols regularly. A group of rank 2 GU masters, with a total of 5 members, were moving in the forest. Stop, we will rest here. The leader suddenly extended his hand, instructing. The moment the group rested, a colorless and odorless poisonous gas spread towards them. Boom boom boom. The 5 GU masters fell on the ground, falling unconscious. Huang Wan's poison path killer move might only be effective against rank 3 and below GU masters, but it has no aura at all when used. It is very valuable in realistic situations. Meng Zhen evaluated as he set off again. He could not kill these 2 clan GU masters, even though they could not resist him now. Once he killed them, 2 Clan Village would get alerted, they would chase after him. But a change happened before Meng Zhen's very eyes. The dream realm suddenly changed. A GU master group led by the bald youngster met with Meng Zhen head-on. Variant human thief, you are still here. Stop there. Where are you trying to escape to? The bald youngster was slightly stunned before shouting and chasing after him. It seems that this happened in history as well. Meng Zhen was helpless about this. Dream Butterfly Immortal GU could not detect such sudden changes in advance. In fact, even if he saw it, Meng Zhen could not do anything about this. No matter what route he chose, with the natural development of the dream realm, the bald youngsters group would still meet up with Meng Zhen regardless. And looking at it from another perspective, this was a necessary event for this dream realm. Only by escaping from the bald youngster's pursuit could he successfully pass this scene. An exciting chase and escape battle erupted between the two sides. The bald youngster chased while Huang Xiaomi, who had recovered, did not waste time fighting him. He escaped while setting up traps, killing the rest of his group members. The bald youngster was the son of Huang Wan. To play safe, Meng Zhen did not attack him. Eventually, Meng Zhen successfully escaped. The bald youngster stood behind him without any hope of catching up. He shouted, "Mushroom and thief, I will remember you. One day, I will kill you." Their grudges intensified. 7th scene, 8th scene, 9th scene. Meng Zhen acted as the bald youngster, Green Beast, at times, while acting as Huang Xiaomi at other times. Using the poison path killer move that Huang Xiaomi brought back, the mushroom tribe successfully healed from the plague. But war ensued. Even though the location of the mushroom tribe was not discovered, with 2 clan villages' rampant searches and investigation, they could not hide for long. The two sides started to send their GU masters to engage in small interactions and battles. The two sides suffered heavy losses, but because of that, champions appeared. 2 Clan Village had the bald youngster, who was Huang Wan's adopted son. The mushroomman had Huang Xiao Mi, the tribesman of Huang Wan. The two interacted occasionally, fighting against each other frequently. Because of their contest, their strength grew rapidly, they reached rank 4 at the same time. On both sides, their clansmen and tribesmen died terribly at each other's hands. They became the greatest enemies of each other's lives. Finally, at the 12th scene of the Dream Realm, Meng Chu Zhen acted as Huang Xiao Mi. He set up a trap and sowed discord, causing two clan villages higher-ups to feel wariness against the bald youngster. Green Beast was not a two clansman after all, he was not truly one of them. The mushroomman set up a trap that did not seem obvious, it seemed to be the true gathering spot of the mushroomman tribe. Two clan village immediately dispatched the bald youngster to go and probe them out. Even though the bald youngster knew that something was up, he was uncertain. After going and investigating, the bald youngster fell into a trap, he was in a life and death crisis. Green Beast, today, you will die. Huang Xiao Mi shouted, leading his troops to encircle and attack the humans who were lower in numbers. Even if I die, I will drag down 10 mushroommen with me to die together. The bald youngster shouted. He was bathed in blood and covered in injuries, but his morale was high. Even the mushroommen attacking him realized that this person was a true warrior. Eventually, the bald youngster used up all his strength and primeval essence. He was all alone. Tens of mushroommen corpses were lying around him. You variant humans will not live for long. Damn it, damn it. I want to kill my enemies, but I have no way of doing that anymore. The bald youngster smiled coldly as he knelt on one knee, raising his head up with pride and arrogance. He shouted at Meng Chu Zhen, Huang Xiao Mi, come and kill me. Even if I die at your hands today, I have merely lost to the schemes of those two clan elders. You understood it after all. Meng Chu Zhen smiled coldly as he walked forward, ready to deal the final blow, but suddenly a change occurred. Huang Wan concealed her appearance and appeared suddenly, a wave of white poisonous smoke spread out, she saved the bald youngster successfully. But at the next moment, a human GU master who had rank 5 cultivation level made his move. Boom! With a loud sound, not only was the white smoke dispersed by the human GU master, everyone's vision cleared up and he even obstructed Huang Wan from escaping. Huang Wan held onto the bald youngster as they landed at the periphery of the battlefield. Village head. The bald youngster was overjoyed when he saw the rank 5 human GU master, he also looked at the female GU master who saved him. From this female GU master, the bald youngster could sense a familiar yet foreign aura. He asked in curiosity, Benefactor, who are you? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2148 Latu. Chapter 2148, Latu. At this time, two clan villages' GU masters appeared from all directions, surrounding all the mushroommen as well as Huang Wan and her son. The mushroommen fell into panic as they got encircled. Huang Xiao Mi shouted, don't panic. I have already requested for help from the tribe, they will arrive shortly. We need to persevere until then. The mushroommen GU masters forced themselves to calm down. Two clan villages' leader did not attack directly, he took a few steps forward and stared at Huang Wan with a complex gaze. Wan as expected, you came. Huang Wan snorted coldly, what do you want? Once she said that, the bald youngster realized at once, his body and mind shook, gasping, mother. Her identity was exposed. Huang Wan got rid of her concealment and returned to her original appearance. At this point in time, I can't hide it from you anymore, little rascal. Huang Wan looked at the bald youngster and sighed deeply with a melancholic expression. The mushroommen were all shocked. This is the previous generation witch. Why did our former witch save the human GU master Green Beast? From their conversation, it seems that they are mother and son. So Huang Wan was exiled from the tribe because she had an affair with two clan villages' head, they even had a son. The truth was unveiled before everyone, they quickly understood the whole situation from start to finish. Mother, are you really my mother? Are they speaking the truth? The bald youngster was so shocked he could not control himself. All along, he had lived as a pure human, to think that he was actually a mixed breed of human and mushroomman. Huang Wan sighed deeply. They are all correct, I am sorry for hiding it from you for so long. The bald youngster took in a deep breath as he stumbled back for a few steps, looking at Huang Wan with wide-opened eyes. He had never seen his mother's mushroomman form, with the truth of his identity exposed, he could not accept it so easily. Two clan villages' head looked at the bald youngster deeply before turning his gaze to Huang Wan. Wan is he really our son? I did not expect that after leaving me back then, you would stay behind and lurk within Two Clan Village. You even raised our son all alone, it has really been tough on you. Huang Wan snorted coldly. You are Two Clan Village head, while I am the witch of the Mushroom tribe, we are destined to be separated. But our child is innocent, I only stayed in the village for a reason. That was because my son, a hybrid, will not be accepted by the tribe. Thus, all these years, I let him grow up in Two Clan Village, eventually, I would reveal the truth to you and make you take him in. Saying so, Huang Wan looked towards the bald youngster, saying gently, didn't you ask me who your father was when you were young? Now you know. I had my own plans, but reality is often not under people's control. Today's scene was something I did not anticipate. Child, no matter what, regardless of how much you hate me or your father, you need to remember something. People who live in this world, be it humans, variant humans, or mixed breeds, have to be happy and blissful, they should not dwell on grudges or hatred. A big heart will allow you to see a big world, thus, mother named you Latu 1. Hearing this, Meng Chu Zhen was shaken internally. What? Green Beast, is Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable? He actually has mixed blood, but how can a mixed breed become one of the 10 human venerables? No wonder I felt such intense emotions after killing Latu as Huang Wan earlier, causing the exploration to fail. So it turns out my deductions were wrong, they really are mother and son. Mother, say no more. Latu shook his head as he stepped backwards, looking at Huang Wan in disbelief. How are you a mushrooman? Huang Wan's heart jumped. Allah, you lived among the humans since you were born, I know you cannot accept it immediately, but... Boom! The ground behind Huang Wan cracked open as a 2 Clan rank 4 elder came out and sneak attacked her. Huang Wan was caught off guard, she was sent flying as she spat out a mouthful of blood while in midair. This 2 Clan rank 4 elder did not have strength to chase her after using this move, he had a twisted expression. Huang Wan. Back then, you saved Huang Xiao my brother died at your hands. For today, I practiced this cracked soil-shattering life-killer move for a long time, how does it feel? Ha ha ha. Mother, Latu subconsciously ran towards Huang Wan. Lady Huang Wan saved our mushroom tribe from the plague, quickly save her. Meng Chu Zhen shouted too. Too late, my fellow 2 Clan Village members, kill them all. 2 Clan Village head shouted as he unleashed a barrage of attacks. The Mushroom and GU masters quickly defended against their enemies, they were unable to care for anything else. Lord Village Head, Latu was anxious at the moment, he could not call that person his father, he defended Huang Wan as he looked at 2 Clan Village's leader in disbelief. Latu was not a 3-year-old, he was a veteran in war, he knew about people's hearts. When the situation occurred earlier, 2 Clan Village's leader had used words to distract Huang Wan. He used Latu to draw away her attention and kept the elder hidden so his sneak attack succeeded. You made this decision after all. Huang Wan stared at 2 Clan Village's head, her former lover, with a cold expression. The situation was urgent, there was no time for healing. She quickly suppressed her injuries and stood up. I am the head of 2 Clan Village, I am responsible for all the lives of my 2 Clan Village's members. Moreover, culling variant humans is the righteous duty of all humans. 2 Clan Village's leader snorted as he attacked. You have such a cruel and wicked heart. Huang Wan screamed before pushing Latu aside, fighting against 2 Clan Village's leader. Boom boom boom. The two fought with a huge commotion, the effects of their attacks spread out, causing unguarded GU masters to die continuously. Thus, the surrounding GU masters moved away, creating a huge space for these two to fight in. Stop fighting. Latu was anxious, he screamed in his anxiety and helplessness. His body was in poor condition, he could not join the fight now. Allah, escape, Huang Wan shouted. Allah, you are a mixed blood but you are still my son. I've seen all your achievements so far, quickly come and help the village, these mushroomen deserve death. 2 Clan Village's leader shouted. Stop fighting, stop fighting. Latu's entire body shook, he was completely lost at the moment. A dark light flashed in the eyes of 2 Clan Village's leader as he thought of a plan. His cultivation level was higher than Huang Wan, with the latter injured from the sneak attack, 2 Clan Village's leader had the upper hand, he controlled the situation. 2 Clan Village's leader purposely forced Huang Wan to approach a certain GU master of 2 Clan Village. This 2 Clan GU master unfortunately fell into Huang Wan's attack range, but his cultivation level was only rank 2. Huang Wan did not think much about it, her attack landed on this 2 Clan GU master and killed him on the spot. No, Latu shouted, subconsciously running over. It turned out that this two-clan GU master was his close ally. They had gone through dangerous situations many times in the past. Go away, Allah! Huang Wan saw that Latu charged in, she screamed with a pale expression. Two-clan village's head used the chance to attack thrice, landing 3 attacks on her as she fainted on the spot. Mother! Latu shouted, using his body to block the leader's path, protecting Huang Wan behind him. Don't harm my mother. Two-clan village's leader burst out with killing intent. He was about to attack when he suddenly heard some shouting from afar. The Mushroom tribe's reinforcements. Their tribe leader arrived too. Two-clan village's head squinted as he thought. We came here stealthily without many people, but they are all elites. It is not worth losing them over these Mushroom. Moreover, so what if we win? As long as we cannot find the Mushroom tribe's hideout, they will not lose against us. Thinking so, Two-clan village's head ordered, retreat. What are you thinking of doing? Seeing Two-clan village's head approach, the bald youngster called out nervously. Two-clan village head sighed as he showed a gentle expression on his face. Latu, I will not attack you. You are my son after all, but your mother, she is a Mushroom. A variant human. His voice suddenly became sharper and louder. Do you want to side with the variant humans? Two-clan village's head shouted again. Latu gritted his teeth but did not speak. All these years, how many Mushroom have you killed? Do you think they will accept you if you side with them? Two-clan village's head smiled coldly. Latu snorted coldly, staring at Two-clan village's head fiercely. I want my mother to live. If you have any ill intentions towards her, I will not let you off. Two-clan village's head chuckled. If you continue keeping her in that state, in just a while, she will die from her injuries. Latu was completely lost at the moment. Two-clan village's head suddenly attacked, causing Latu to faint. He brought both son and mother away. Kill these humans. Bring Huang Wan back, she knows the secret of our tribe's hideout. The Mushroom and GU masters chased relentlessly. The Huang Xiao Mi that Meng Chu Zhen was portraying also shouted among them, but he did not do anything. Because he had already used Dream Butterfly Immortal GU to check the next scene. After the Mushroom and GU masters failed in their pursuit, Meng Chu Zhen arrived at the next scene. This time, he became Huang Wan again. His body was bound by chains that pierced through his bones. He had no primeval essence at all, he was completely out of strength. In the dark prison cell, the door was suddenly opened. Two-clan village's head walked in. Meng Chu Zhen squinted. From the situation of the previous scene, this was clearly an ambitious and formidable person. Two-clan village's head smiled. He came prepared. You know my objective, don't be too rash to reject it. Let me show you this. Two-clan village's head took out an information path GU worm. Immediately, a video played itself in the air. The scene within it was vivid and lively. In a well-decorated room, Two-clan village's head opened the door and met with Latu. I heard from my subordinates that you are awake. I immediately came to meet you, my son. Two-clan village's head had a warm expression. Latu was covered in bandages. The moment he got out of bed, his body wavered as he fell back onto the bed. How is my mother now? Latu immediately asked in an urgent tone. These are the same characters as Paradise Earth, his later Venerable title. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc. please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2149 I confess everything. Chapter 2149, I confess everything. Two-clan village head sighed deeply. Your mother is a noble mother. For your sake, she took a huge risk and stayed within Two-clan village for so many years. Two-clan village head's tone suddenly changed. But I cannot let her off. She is a Mushroom, a variant human. You are also clear about these Mushroom. Those of other races will have different motives. The best outcome for these Mushroom is death. But you are different. You are my son. You know that I have no other children. You are my only son. Allah, come and help me. Only I can accept you here. This Two-clan village is your home. As your father, I owe you a lot. I will do my best to make up to you in the future. After this huge battle, you have already accumulated sufficient credits. I know that you want the Two surname. Originally, the village would need to test you, but father will allow it now. From today onwards, you will be a true Two-clansman. With the new surname, you will no longer be Latu, you will be called Tula. Child, father is proud of you. This is your new life. Latu laughed loudly, his voice was filled with mockery and sadness. The goal that he had always pursued was finally achieved, but he felt no sense of accomplishment or happiness. I don't want the Tu surname, I want to exchange for my mother's life using all the contributions I've done for Tu clan village over these years. Tu called out. But Tu clan village's head had an expressionless face, he shook his head with a firm attitude. Tu gritted his teeth, blood flowing out from his teeth as he pointed at Tu clan village head. If you kill my mother, I will not live alone. In fact, I will stake my life against yours. Allah, Tu clan village's head shouted coldly. Tu did not speak, he stared at Tu clan village head fixedly. The atmosphere in the room became immensely tense. The father and son stared at each other with a deathly gaze. Eventually, the expression of Tu clan village's head changed. He shifted his sight towards the ceiling as he sighed deeply to himself. His sigh was filled with complex emotions. There was anger, hatred, helplessness, and sadness. Tu clan village's head looked at Tu deeply as he said with deep emotions, all these years, father did not discover you. I really owe you a lot, my son. If I had taken care of you, things would not have gotten to this stage. Never mind, since it was my fault, I will satisfy your request. I will let your mother escape, but I will only let her go secretly. However, the Mushroom tribe needs to be eradicated, not a single one of them will be left. This is your father's limit, it is also the greatest compromise I can give you as the head of Tu clan village. Allah, you need to understand my difficulties as well. Tu's expression was immediately moved, he gulped. Village head, as long as you let my mother off, I don't care about those Mushroom tribe members. All these years, Tu had been fighting against the Mushroom tribe, they had immense grudges and mutual hatred. He only cared about Huangwan after all. Good child. Tu clan village's head was very excited, he patted Tu's shoulders, but I cannot let your mother go now. You know that even though we have the advantage, as long as we cannot find the Mushroom tribe's location, we cannot obtain true victory. But your mother knows the location of the Mushroom tribe, she knows how to find them. Allah, I need your help, convince your mother to tell us this secret. I promise you, I assure you, as long as we eliminate the Mushroom tribe and get rid of this huge threat, I will let your mother off and she will live in peace for the rest of her life. This, Tu hesitated. Even though he wanted to eliminate the Mushroom tribe, he understood that his mother had deep feelings for her tribe. Tu clan village's head patted Tu's shoulders, saying in a kind tone, Father will not force you, think about it yourself. You are still injured, you need to recuperate. I will give you enough time to think, I believe in you. The video ended here. Tu clan village's head smiled coldly as he approached Huangwan. What do you think? Do you want your own son to come and convince you personally? Think about it, Wan. You can disregard your own life, but what about your son's life? If our relationship really turns sour, neither of you will have a good ending. I may not kill him, but I just need to send him to fight on the front lines and kill all of your tribesmen. What do you think? Meng Zhen looked at Tu clan village head with a look of appreciation. Unscrupulous and shameless, you are quite something. Ha ha ha, a great person would not mind small sacrifices. Have you just found out about it? It is too late now. Tu clan village head laughed loudly, but he felt that Huangwan's gaze was not normal. Meng Zhen nodded in a serious manner, exactly why I appreciate you. As his laughter stopped abruptly, Tu clan village's head could not believe what he had just heard. What did you say? Meng Zhen had a straightforward attitude, his gaze flickered. Actually, you don't have to go through the trouble, don't you want to know the location of the tribe? I'll tell you directly. What? Tu clan village's head was dazed. Meng Zhen shrugged. During this period, he used Dream Butterfly Immortal GU to check the next scene, and the following one as well, he obtained crucial information. In the end, Tu clan village's army attacks the headquarters of the Mushroom tribe. This meant that Tu clan village's head would learn of the location of the Mushroom tribe eventually. In history, Huangwan might not have exposed the location even after interrogation and torture, or after Tu clan village's head threatened her using her son. But this was the dream realm. Huangwan was not really Huangwan, she was Meng Zhen. Not only will I tell you the location of the tribe, I'll even tell you that the tribe has a small secretive tunnel. You can send elites to attack it while the main troops are at the front. Meng Zhen suggested. Tu clan village's head had a look of deep disbelief and suspicion. The more cooperative Meng Zhen was, the less he believed in the words that were said. Tu clan village's head was silent for a moment before he laughed coldly. As a captive, you dare to toy with me. Good, very good, to think that you would disregard your own son, you are such a cold-blooded person. No, listen to me. I am really telling you the truth. Meng Zhen said sincerely. But Tu clan village's head shook his His voice became even colder. I won't listen. Do you think I will believe you? You can test out what I just said. Meng Chu Zhen could not help but roll his eyes. Two Clan Village's head continued his cold snicker. Do you think I am stupid? In the earlier battle, your mushroom tribe created a trap. This time, it must be a trap too. You want me to lose my elite members. Meng Chu Zhen sighed deeply. If you do not test it, what will you do now? Without knowing the mushroom tribe's location, how can you attack? Two Clan Village's head laughed loudly. I am prepared for that. Clap clap clap. He clapped and said, Master Wu Xiao, please come out. Wu Xiao greets Two Clan Village's leader. A GU master with a grim expression, having a tall and thin body, was created by the Dream Realm. I'll let you know, this is the famous doctor of Southern Border, Master Wu Xiao. Did you think I came unprepared? Two Clan Village's head introduced. Meng Chu Zhen sighed. What's the point of all this? Wu Xiao walked forward and used GU worms to investigate Meng Chu Zhen and said, reporting to village head, this captive has tight defenses. If we soul search her abruptly, not only will her soul dissipate immediately, it will even cause a backlash on the attacker and cause them to get badly poisoned. Two Clan Village's head nodded. Precisely so, I asked for you to come here. Master Wu, you cultivate soul path, you can use soul healing methods and are one of the 6 great doctors of Southern Border. In the current Southern Border, only you can resist the mushroom and poison path methods, while preserving their souls at the same time. Wu Xiao smiled proudly. Village head, I am flattered, please watch me as I use my methods now. Wu Xiao started to use his killer move on Meng Chu Zhen. Meng Chu Zhen grunted. Intense pain assaulted him as his body shuddered, cold sweat broke out. The dream realm intensified at this moment, causing his soul foundation to dwindle. Stop it, don't you want to know their location? I'll tell you directly, isn't that enough? Meng Chu Zhen shouted. Do you think I will believe you? Wan I know you too well, saying such words is an insult to my intelligence. Two Clan Village's head snorted and waved his sleeves in anger. Meng Chu Zhen pretended to cry out in agony, I am telling the truth. Two Clan Village's head was enraged. You dare to lie further. Meng Chu Zhen pretended to have broken down. I can't take it anymore, I'll tell you everything. Two Clan Village's head waved his hand. Say no more, I will soul search you either way. Meng Chu Zhen shut his mouth at this moment. He was certain now. At this juncture, he needed to pass the Dream Realm's test. Some Dream Realms were like this, they could only be passed after expending Soul Foundation. If one's Soul Foundation was too low, they would die in this Dream Realm. Goo! Suddenly, Dr. Wu Xiao spat out a mouthful of blood. He took several steps back, his forehead was covered in sweat, he panted heavily, there was purple blood flowing down his lips. Amazing, impressive, a poison within a poison, to think that there is such an amazing method in the world. To think that I was actually hit by it, it seems that I have to use my final method. Wu Xiao turned his gaze to Two Clan Village head, reporting, but this method has a drawback. What drawback? This is considered forceful soul search, the target would go insane, but their insane words are truthful thoughts. Two Clan Village's head did not even look at Huang Wan, he said without hesitation, please go ahead and use your method, there is no need to hold back. Yes, Wu Xiao immediately took action. A few moments later, Huang Wan went insane, she lost her mind completely. This was the first time Meng Chu Zhen had encountered such a situation. This condition directly influenced his thoughts as well. Tell me the Mushroom tribe's location. Two Clan Village's head asked. Meng Chu Zhen wanted to tell him the truth, but his words that came out were, la la la, my homeland exists in my heart. He. Huang Wan started to smile foolishly. How do I get into the Mushroom tribe's headquarters? Two Clan Village's head continued to ask. Use your legs to walk in, of course, you can crawl too. Ha. Huang Wan started to laugh madly again. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc. please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2150 Crazy Mother. Chapter 2150, Crazy Mother. Two Clan Village head became anxious, he started to fire off questions. But even though Huang Wan spoke the truth each time, her replies were all nonsensical. Two Clan Village head did not get the answer he wanted, he looked towards Dr. Wu Xiao with an unkind gaze. Dr. Wu Xiao was shocked too. Amazing, too amazing. This mushroom's will is too strong, even though she lost her mind and has fallen into insanity, she became even purer as a result, each of her actions resonate with her true feelings. In her heart, she will definitely not betray her tribe, even if they exiled her. Two-clan village head, there is nothing else I can do. Two-clan village head was very angry, he controlled himself. Then Master Wu Xiao, you can go rest now. In the jail cell, only Two-clan village head and Huangwan were left. Two-clan village head looked at Huangwan and laughed coldly. Don't worry, even if you are crazy, I can still make use of you. If I cannot get an answer from you, I will capture more mushroom and higher-ups and ask Master Wu Xiao to take action. I do not believe that I cannot find out the location of your mushroom tribe. Thus, in the next scene, Meng Chu Zhen turned into Huang Xiao Mi. The elite GU masters of the mushroom tribe were beside him. The night was dark, they had already stealthily arrived near Two-clan village. Brother Xiao Mi, Fang Tu secretly went to receive him. These years, Fang Tu had received the help of Huang Wan and Le Tu. She started her cultivation journey and was now a rank 2 GU master. She had received immense help from Huang Wan. Because of her fortuitous encounter, she bore goodwill towards the mushrooman. How is the situation? Meng Chu Zhen asked immediately. Fang Tu answered. The village head is already prepared. Tomorrow morning, Auntie Huang Wan will face the trial publicly, she will be beheaded. On the other hand, I have already found out about the location where Le Tu is kept in. Alright, we will split into 2 groups, one group will head to the execution ground and lay in ambush. The other group will save Le Tu and pass him those GU worms that we prepared. Meng Chu Zhen instructed. The sky gradually lightened up. Right when Huang Wan was about to be beheaded, Meng Chu Zhen led the mushroom and GU masters to attack the execution ground. You came after all, Two-clan village head laughed. Everything has gone according to leader's estimations. The elders praised. Mother. On the other hand, Le Tu also arrived with his reinforcements. Two-clan village head frowned. You chose the other side after all. Forget it, today, I will slay my kin in the name of justice, I will correct my past mistakes. Kill that pair of mother and son. Try your best to capture all the remaining mushroomen. A chaotic battle started. Two-clan village soon gained the upper hand. This was a trap that they had set in the first place. The mushroom tribe also predicted this, but there was no choice. Huang Wan was the former witch, she knew too many secrets of the tribe, she could not be allowed to stay in Two-clan village. Huang Xiao Mi and Le Tu fell into tough combat, they were surrounded by strong foes. To think that the day would come where we fight on the same side. Le Tu looked at Huang Xiao Mi, smiling bitterly. Meng Chu Zhen suddenly laughed heartily. Don't worry, our reinforcements are here. At the crucial moment, the dream realm changed once again as a large number of mushroom and GU masters joined the fight. It turned out that the mushroom tribe leader had gone all out, he led the entire tribe to attack Two-clan village in a last-ditch attempt. To win or to die trying. There was no other possible outcome. Most of Two-clan village's higher-ups were at the execution ground. Because of their temporarily weakened defenses, the mushroom army actually broke in and charged all the way into Two-clan village. An intense battle erupted. The village head and tribe leader were both rank 5, they fought against each other. Le Tu and Huang Xiaomi's alliance became the crucial element that could break this stalemate. They were too familiar with each other, even though this was their first alliance, they had immense coordination in working together. Both of them had rank 4 cultivation level. Once they joined hands, their battle strength rose greatly, even Two-clan village's head could not resist them. In the end, the mushroom tribe won while Two-clan village suffered a terrible loss. The remaining GU masters escaped into the prison, resisting with all their might, desperately attempting to survive. Meanwhile, Two-clan village's head was heavily injured, he was on the brink of death, captured by the mushroom tribe. Mother, how are you? What happened to you? Le Tu managed to save his mother in this chaotic battle after suffering huge injuries. But he found that Huang Wan had already gone mad. Huang Wan looked at Huang Xiao Mi. Son, oh son, you must live in happiness and bliss. That is why I named you Le Tu. Come, smile for mother, show me a smile. Oh mother, Le Tu was covered in tears. It was my fault, if I had not barged in, you would not have gotten hit by the village head. You would not be in such a state. At this time, Wu Xiao was brought over. He begged for mercy. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I know what happened to your mother. Speak, Le Tu roared. Two-clan village head who was heavily injured smiled and replied in a cold tone. Ha ha ha, your mother cannot be saved, she had gone completely insane. That's right, I caused it, this Dr. Wu Xiao is the direct culprit behind it as well. You will all die. Le Tu's expression was distorted, he was about to make a move. But Huang Wan suddenly stopped him. Don't kill him, don't kill anyone. That is not good, you must be a kind person, you stupid rascal. Mother, you finally recognized me. Letu cried. Slap. Huang Wan suddenly slapped as Letu became stunned. Who are you calling mother? My son is right here. She grabbed Huang Xiao, patting the latter's chest. This is my son. Look at my son, Huang Wan said proudly. My son is so strong and tall. He is such a wonderful lad. Oh son, Huang Wan was smiling earlier but suddenly, she cried, mother let you down. I hid your identity from you and shaved your head because I was afraid that your hair might grow into a mushroom cap instead. Will you blame me? Letu wept in agony as tears flowed like a river. But Huang Wan paid him no attention, she only looked at Huang Xiao. For the first time, Letu looked at Huang Xiao in a pleading gaze. Huang Xiao nodded as he acted. Mother, I won't blame you, you will always be my wonderful mother. Huang Wan shed tears of joy as she said, stupid rascal, I'm glad you forgive me. But don't kill your father, don't kill anyone else. I want you to live in peace and happiness, that is all I want. Let them off, conflict and slaughter only breeds deeper conflict and hatred, it will make you empty, it will torture you, it will make you unhappy. If you are not happy, you will not be Allah anymore. The surrounding people were silent. Even Tu clan village head was the same. You want me to spare these people? Letu's eyes were red, he clenched his fists as his expression became distorted with rage. How can I do that? He forced that question out through the cracks between his teeth. Tu clan village head smiled coldly, he had already lost completely, he became disheartened, he had no fear towards death. But Dr. Wu Xiao suddenly shouted, there is hope, there is still hope. Your mother still has a chance of regaining her sanity. Letu grabbed Wu Xiao's shoulder and lifted him up. Tell me, what method is it? Wu Xiao quickly answered, even though your mother is mad, she still has a bit of her mind left in her. Look at her actions and words, they are pure and sincere, this is her inner heart. As long as you do not go against her wishes, in time, her condition will not aggravate, her mind will grow and recover. After that, with my healing, she will definitely be able to recover, there is still hope. Wu Xiao shouted for his life, in order to live, he did not give up any opportunities. Bam! Letu threw Wu Xiao to the ground. Ah! Letu raised his head to the sky and shouted in pain and agony. His two enemies were right in front of him, they were completely defenseless, but he could not take revenge. For the sake of his mother, he had to follow her wishes. Fine, for my mother's sake, I will spare you two today. Letu gritted his teeth, he used so much force that his teeth were bleeding. The dream realm ended here. Meng Chu Zhen's soul returned to his body, he sighed deeply to himself. To think that Paradise Earth had such an arduous and difficult life. Heroes often experience difficulties beyond an ordinary man. No wonder he had no hair in the depiction of his appearance that was left behind in history. But that green beast tattoo is also gone. Paradise Earth is actually the mixed blood of human and mushroom. How did he become venerable? After that, did he manage to save his mother? When he was still young, he had a rash temper and deep killing intent, he was no different from any other person. How did he end up being the person he was? The dream realm gave Meng Chu Zhen many questions. And they could not be answered for now. But the fact was that his attainment level had risen. Fang Yuan's Earth Path attainment level jumped to Great Grand Master. Not only that, his Poison Path attainment also rose to Great Grand Master. Before this, Fang Yuan's Poison Path attainment level was at Grand Master. This dream realm that Paradise Earth left behind contained the true meaning of both Earth Path and Poison Path. Fang Yuan took a risk to raise his Dream Path clone into an Immortal, the gains were quite apparent now. Not only were Food Path, Poison Path, and Earth Path elevated to Great Grand Master, even Luck Path and Ice and Snow Path were Grand Master now. Space Path, Metal Path, Wind Path, Cloud Path, Lightning Path, Information Path, Light Path, and Dark Path were also at Master level. After passing Paradise Earth's Dream Realm, he only had a few Dream Realms left. Before the battle in Crazed Demon Cave, Fang Yuan would definitely be able to use up all of these Dream Realms. At this moment, he had basically no weakness in most cultivation paths. However, Painting Path, Weapon Path, and Pill Path were still blank. This could not be helped. These paths did not exist in any of Spectral Soul's Dream Realms. This might be part of Spectral Soul's plan, or maybe even he did not have attainment in those paths. After all, they were produced after Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's era. Meanwhile, painting path was kept in the hands of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. He did not let any information leak out. It was even more secretive than Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's luck path inheritance. Moreover, a portion of Spectral Soul's dream realms were taken by Feng Jinhuang while pursuing Fang Yuan. But she obtained very few dream realms. It was not worth it for Fang Yuan to take them back. After all, Feng Jinhuang had immense luck. After becoming an Earth Path Great Grand Master, Fang Yuan immediately started to modify the details of his Earth Vein project. He saved a lot of cost and reduced the time needed for it. Looking at the time, Ke Shinhong should have already arrived in southern borders Wu Clan and met with Wu Yang. Fang Yuan counted and planned. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2151 Refining GU in exchange for famous mountains. Chapter 2151 Refining GU in exchange for famous mountains. Southern border, Wu Yi Mountain, Wu Clan's headquarters. In a hall, Ke Shinhong had a faint smile as he greeted politely. Ke Shinhong pays respects to Wu Clan's first supreme elder. Wu Yang sat and smiled. Esteemed envoy, no need to be so polite. Ke Shinhong spoke openly and straightforwardly. I came here with Fan Wind GU, it has already been refined and raised successfully. Please do examine it now. Wu Yang could not help but feel surprised. So quickly. Does Fang Yuan have a method to refine fake Immortal GU? Is he here to scam me? He received it and checked thoroughly. There were no flaws at all. It is a genuine rank 8 Immortal GU. But how can Fang Yuan refine a rank 8 Immortal GU in such a short period of time? Thinking of this, Wu Yang was uncertain again. In his mind, Fang Yuan's main traits were craftiness, viciousness, shamelessness, unscrupulous, and ruthlessness. This number one demon in the world could not be assessed using common sense. Envoy, please hold on, our Wu Clan GU Immortal will come and check it. Wu Yang answered. Wu Clan had their own refinement path GU refinements, but they were not strong. Wu Clan was not specialized in refinement path, they were best at wind path. Not only in southern border, even in the 5 regions, Wu Clan was first-rate in wind path. After a few minutes, Wu Yang received information that rank 8 Fan Wind GU was the real thing, it could not be fake. Wu Yang had a complex emotion. Immortal GU were unique, because rank 8 Immortal GU were too hard to refine, they had an extremely important significance. Ordinary rank 8 GU Immortals did not even have one rank 8 Immortal GU. For example, old ancestor Shui who lost everything that he had worked to accumulate for many years on snowy mountain blessed land after trying to refine fortune rivaling heaven Immortal GU. Of course, this was because his ambitions clashed with heavenly courts and longevity heaven's benefits. Even though the world has been changing in the last few years, with the movement of earth veins and rampaging of chi tides, a vast amount of immortal materials surfaced, it will likely cause a large increase in rank 8 Immortal GU. But for ordinary rank 8 GU Immortals, especially the lone Immortals, they will still face problems getting one rank 8 Immortal GU. To think that my Wu Clan has gained a new rank 8 Immortal GU. Wu Yang was happy but also gained increasing wariness regarding Fang Yuan. Even though I know that Fang Yuan had annexed Langya sect, it is still hard to believe that his refinement path ability has become so incredible. It feels like he had an easy time refining a rank 8 Fan Wind GU with no problems encountered at all. On the other hand, Ke Shinhong added, since you have checked it, which 2 Immortal GU does your clan want to refine next? I can bring them both back next time. Wu Yang became hesitant. Should he pass the 7-faced Prestige Wind GU to Ke Shinhong? If he could refine 8-faced Prestige Wind GU, Wu Yang would gain a huge boost in strength. But precisely so, 7-faced Prestige Wind GU was extremely important. If he gave it to Fang Yuan and the latter snatched it, what would he do? Come to think of it, there are many options. At this moment, Wu Yang felt that 3 chances were too few. He would want nothing more than to raise all of Wu Clan's Immortal GU to rank 8. To think that you acted so quickly, I am quite spoiled for choice at the moment, I need to think about it carefully. Envoy, why don't you stay here and give me 3 days to consider? Wu Yang asked. Wu Ba Chong heard this and added, urging Ke Shinhong, speaking of which, this is the 3rd time you've come to Wu Clan, let us host you and bring you around. Alright, Ke Shinhong smiled lightly, I do like Wu Clan's style a lot, I'll trouble you with my stay. As for First Supreme Elder's considerations, I understand. In fact, I have been tasked with another mission, I wonder if your clan would like to undergo another transaction with us. What transaction? Wu Yang became alert. He thought of the secluded domain of heaven and earth Hu land. It was akin to a quasi-rank 9 immortal GU, but Fang Yuan forcefully bought it. Thinking of this, Wu Yong felt a slight heartache again. Kei Shinhong explained the details while Wu Yong fell into contemplation. Wu Ba Chong shouted in shock, "What? Fang Yuan wants to dig away our Wu clan's famous mountains. In return, he will refine rank 8 immortal GU for our Wu clan." Precisely. Kei Shinhong nodded. Wu Ba Chong snickered. How can that be? Any famous mountain is a large resource point at least. Most of them are giant resource points, a select few are super resource points, they can produce rank 8 immortal materials. Even though you can refine rank 8 immortal GU, you are still using our immortal GU as the foundation to raise their rank, you are not giving us additional immortal GU. Furthermore, immortal GU are hard to feed, rank 8 immortal GU are too. Even if they are refined, they will expend our resources. Yet, famous mountains are able to produce resources continuously, they will almost never dry out. You want to take our famous mountains, you are trying to cripple our foundation, what intentions do you have, what schemes are you up to? Towards the end, Wu Ba Chong was basically screaming in anger. But Kei Shinhong was prepared for this, he spoke calmly, not so at all. Elder Wu Ba Chong, you are too pessimistic about this. Think about it carefully, your clan has just gotten many GU immortal seeds to undergo immortal ascension recently, but you only gained 6 new immortals, with most of them being external members. Even with more GU immortals, Wu clan's territory is too big, you cannot defend it. Since that is the case, you might as well sell some territories. In that case, not only would Wu clan have higher ranked immortal GU, you will even have sufficient manpower. Furthermore, Kei Shinhong continued, immortal GU are unique, I am sure Elder Wu Ba Chong knows how priceless rank 8 immortal GU are. Immortal materials can be sold and bought, but can immortal GU be easily bought? They are unique, they can only be traded. Even if Treasure Yellow Heaven is the #1 market in the world, let me ask you, how many immortal GU have been traded in it over these years? The 5 regions are now won, the 5 regions' chaotic war cannot be avoided. GU immortal battle strength is the most important thing, you can only consider the rest after having sufficient strength to defend yourself. A rank 8 immortal GU can cause your clan's strength to rise sharply, not only can you protect yourself, you can invade others and gain a huge amount of wealth in war. This, Wu Ba Chong hesitated. Kei Shinhong looked at Wu Ba Chong, he cast a secretive glance at Wu Yong without showing any signs, continuing to convince them. Human Smoke Mountain is Chai clan's headquarters, they sold it to us recently. What? There is such a thing? Wu Ba Chong was stunned. Kei Shinhong did not elaborate further, he took a step back. If Wu clan does not want this trade, we will not force you. This time, other than bringing back immortal GU for refinement, I also need to find other clans and undergo this trade with them. Wu Ba Chong's expression changed mildly. If Wu clan did not deal with Fang Yuan but the other clans did, their battle strength would surge instead. Even if they give up on resources now and lose future potential, what if they decide to expand through invasion? By then, if Wu clan refuses to work with Fang Yuan, their battle strength would be surpassed by other clans. By then, Wu clan would fall from their throne of the #1 southern border force, they would be bullied by others. Wu Yong tapped on the table with his finger as he fell into deep thought. Fang Yuan is so domineering even when doing business, he gives others no way of rejecting. However, even though Kei Shinhong is trying to convince us, he is not wrong about it. This trade is sensible, but we need to control the extent of our dealing. At almost the same time, in Lux Oppression Heavenly Palace, Gan Ni pays respects to Master. Earth Extremity of the 8 Extremities knelt before Immortal Zombie Giant Sun. Earth Extremity Gan Ni was a female immortal, she cultivated Earth Path and Refinement Path, her Refinement Path attainment was quite deep. At this moment, she held 4 rank 8 immortal GU and handed them over respectfully. Immortal Zombie Giant Sun inspected them for some time and felt pleased. Gan Ni, you are our Longevity Heaven's Refinement Path expert indeed. Since the Fate War until now, you received my orders and refined 4 rank 8 immortal GU, you have made a huge contribution. Gan Ni quickly answered. It was all thanks to Master's luck path methods, otherwise, with just my mere talent, we could not have refined so many rank 8 immortal GU in these few years. But because of that, Longevity Heaven's luck fell greatly. Immortal Zombie Giant Sun interrupted her as he waved his hand. In this world, there are losses where there are gains. To refine these immortal GU, luck expenditure was a necessary investment. Immortal Zombie Giant Sun took one of these 4 immortal GU and observed it carefully in front of him. This GU had a peculiar shape, it was cubic and resembled a wooden box. This was imitation GU, it was 8th place on the list of mystical GU, originating from thieving heaven demon Venerable. If one placed this GU with any immortal GU in the world together for some time, the GU cultivator could activate imitation GU to turn itself into that immortal GU. Immortal GU were unique, but imitation GU could bypass this logic to some extent. However, the imitated GU could not compare to the real one in power. Back then, Giant Sun Immortal Venerable asked Heavenly Court for human Chi Immortal GU and failed. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable took another path, refining imitation GU and turning it into human Chi Immortal GU. Next, with this, human Chi Immortal GU, as the core, he established 88 Truyong building. Other than this imitation GU, the other 3 rank 8 Immortal GU were all Blood Path Immortal GU. Divine Emperor City, light flickered, the 10 children of human path came out of the painting world, returning to the real world. We are finally back, it is a pity that we did not manage to take down those 2 new paintings. We were nurtured by Heavenly Court but the time is up, we needed to leave. What are you worried about? Even though we did not take it down entirely, the situation has been set. There are so many beast tamers in the painting world, even cultivators have appeared. Moreover, with the deep foundation that we created, there is no chance of failure. That's true. After the 10 children of human path conversed for some time, their sect's GU immortals arrived to bring them back. Qin Dingling and the rest concealed their traces, watching the scene unfold before them. These 10 people are the human path immortal seeds of our heavenly court. Regardless of the results from this crazed demon cave expedition, we need to nurture these people, invest fully in them. Qin Dingling announced. Yes, madam, the GU immortal in charge listened to Qin Dingling's words and engraved it in his mind. Let's go. Qin Dingling turned around and said to Genesis Lotus, Will. Genesis Lotus, Will nodded. At the next moment, Divine Emperor City moved, the huge city flew up again, heading straight from Central Continent with unparalleled momentum. The target was Crazed Demon Cave. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2152 Earth Veins Initial Formation. Chapter 2152, Earth Veins Initial Formation. Inside the Sovereign Immortal Aperture, several variant human men gathered into a circle, they were busily engaging in an important business. Slowly, guys, relax a little, don't be so anxious. Faster, I can't endure it anymore. Bam. A loud sound was heard. A gigantic hill landed on the ground. This hill was not tall, it did not have clear waters of beautiful vegetation, there were mostly dust rocks and iron cloud stones on the mountain, causing it to look gray in most areas. And most amazingly, this entire hill was completely silent. Even though there were many life forms, when GU Immortals spoke here, no sound could be transmitted unless they used specific methods. This was Silent Hill. It had the same reputation as Western Desert's anti-sound desert, famous in the world. Any sound path killer move used here would be greatly weakened and suppressed. Silent Hill was a famous mountain in southern border, but because it produced little resources, it had not been very useful to anyone. This time, Fang Yuan sent envoys all over the place to negotiate in transactions. Silent Hill was sold to Fang Yuan as a result. These variant human GU immortals moved in groups, they were in charge of moving Silent Hill back into a specific location of the Sovereign Immortal Aperture. But relocation was just the first step, next, they had to develop its mountain roots. The one in charge of this was a Rockman GU immortal. He activated a method as Silent Hill's mountain roots began to grow rapidly, stabbing into the surrounding environment. Deeper, go deeper, the leader instructed as he suddenly sighed. Sigh, why did you stop? Are you finished so quickly? The Rockman GU immortal said impatiently. Say, leader, can you keep quiet? I want to go deeper too, but I only have rank 7 cultivation level. This is a famous mountain, it is very exhausting to influence and manipulate its mountain roots. But the leader said, that's why I said you need to work harder. Your cultivation level is too low, when will you become a rank 8? The Rockman GU immortal rolled his eyes. Boss, I was still rank 6 some time ago, I only went to pass the tribulation and reached rank 7 because of our master. I also want to reach rank 8, but that is just too difficult. The other GU immortals quickly spoke. Leader is right, in our group, you're the only one that can deal with the mountain roots, allowing them to grow thick and long. If you were stronger, we would complete our mission to a greater extent, we would receive better rewards as well. You are in charge of the mountain veins, your contribution is the highest among us. I heard that you went to sleep recently. I have not slept in 2 months, I have been doing mountain relocation missions the entire time. Master has such grand ambitions and inspirations, he is managing a project to create artificial earth veins. But this plan will eventually be completed, aren't we grabbing onto this chance when it is available to us? Look at the other groups, the more missions they complete, the fewer we will have for ourselves. The other GU Immortals stared at the Rockman GU Immortal, they had a look of expectation and disappointment. The Rockman GU Immortal was very helpless, don't you guys know? We Rockmen have no lack of sleep in our lives. Because our bodies are too heavy, it is a huge burden on our soul. We need to sleep to pacify our soul. Then use the liver life formation. I already used it. On Master's contribution board, aren't there soul path methods to raise your soul foundation? But I cultivate earth path, soul path methods are less effective on me. Instead of using my contribution points on them, I might as well raise my earth path attainment instead. The leader gritted his teeth. Stop arguing, let's pool our funds and help our little Rockman brother. Let's gather some points and raise his soul foundation. The other GU Immortals agreed together. Right now, the Rockman GU Immortal was their group's weakness, if he got stronger, the entire group would benefit from it. Fang Yuan handed out all sorts of missions, they were created after wisdom path deductions, their contents were simple but they had deep meaning. Be it the difficulty of the mission or the content itself, GU Immortals often had to cooperate with others, it was hard to do any mission alone. This gave the GU Immortals of various races a chance to work together intimately. After a long period of cooperation, they naturally developed camaraderie and friendship. Thus, within the entire sovereign immortal aperture, all the different tribes and races were seamlessly fusing together into one big community. Humans, rockmen, feathermen, inkmen, snowmen, and others, they were all working together, contributing blood and sweat for the sake of building their wonderful homeland. Excellent, Silent Hill has been relocated already. All the famous mountains are distributed around the mini 5 regions, the most basic requirement has been met, we can now start developing the earth vein. Fang Yuan had been paying huge attention to the famous mountain relocation plan. After seeing the situation over at Silent Hill, he started to take action personally. In order to construct the earth vein, he had already created many immortal formations in the important areas of the mini 5 regions. At this moment, Fang Yuan willed as immortal essence was expended, the immortal formations started to activate on their own. The ground of the mini 5 regions was shaking with greater intensity as time passed. The variant humans living in the various areas were lost and confused, while some showed expressions of joy. What is happening? Is there another earthquake? Most of the mortal GU masters did not understand the situation. Master has started to take action. Oh heavens, he is affecting the entire mini 5 regions in one go, this is truly a huge project. The GU Immortals sensed the situation, they all felt intense joy and also deeper admiration towards Fang Yuan. Rumble. The ground continued to rumble but the extent was not too severe, there was not much loss from this. An earth vein started to form in a chain due to the effect of the GU formations in various areas, using the famous mountains as its various nodes. This earth vein crossed through the mini 5 regions, it was present in mini Eastern Sea, mini Central Continent, mini Northern Plains, mini Southern Border, and mini Western Desert. If one looked from above, this earth vein would resemble an irregular geometric shape, the lines were very clear and simple, it barely covered the area of half the mini 5 regions. The earth vein was successfully constructed, the ground returned to normal. The immortal formations of various places came to a halt, they were basically fueled by immortal materials that were almost completely expended, the formations were now incomplete and could not be used again. Fang Yuan started to carefully assess the outcome. He was very patient and thorough, after some time, he nodded in satisfaction. It had gone according to plan, the entire earth vein was created perfectly, no flaws could be observed. Of course, this had to do with the simple design of the artificial earth vein, it was simply too crude. The truth was, the hardest part of the artificial earth vein project was not the creation of the earth vein. The problem was the way to gather enough famous mountains to use as the nodes of the various regions' earth vein. The second hardest thing was the method to create an artificial earth vein. The earth vein is completed in its initial state, it is quite crude now and does not have an immediate impact on the entire sovereign immortal aperture. In fact, it might even cause problems to occur frequently during this initial period, but after some time when things go back to normal, the sovereign immortal aperture will become more stable than before. Fang Yuan estimated in his mind, he withdrew his attention from the sovereign immortal aperture and used cooking luck pot to inspect his luck again. With one glance, Fang Yuan's eyes shined, joy was expressed in his gaze. The creation of his artificial earth vein had a huge effect on his luck. His luck was originally a grand pillar of silver light, but it was quite loose like cloud soil, it could scatter with one touch. Now, even though the silver pillar was smaller, it became more condensed. This was quite an assuring development. But the luck of the other venerables has also grown stronger. Fang Yuan frowned to himself. At the top of the silver light pillar, 3 clouds were looming over it. They represented star constellation Immortal Venerable, giant sun Immortal Venerable, and spectral soul demon Venerable. Star constellation's cloud was still in control of the first level, it had expanded slightly. Spectral soul was at the second level, while giant sun Immortal Venerable was at the third. But there was an odd scene now. Star constellation's cloud seemed to be devouring spectral soul's cloud. This scene was quite confusing to Fang Yuan. He had many guesses in his mind but he was not certain about anything. There was also another transformation. At the bottom of the silver light pillar, yellow-brown dust started to spin around it again. This earthy dust moved around the silver light pillar, seemingly stabilizing it. Through luck inspection, Fang Yuan confirmed that the artificial earth vein plan was very useful to himself. He became even more resolved to continue this plan. But after getting an earth vein, I can no longer use myriad beings assimilation transformation. Fang Yuan reminded himself. Myriad beings assimilation transformation killer move was the ultimate method of beast calamity immortal. It contained the highest profundity of transformation path, able to turn Dao marks of all other paths into transformation path Dao marks. It could even influence heaven path Dao marks, thus all sorts of tribulations could turn into beast calamities. Fang Yuan's main body could not use it anymore. This move that transformed Dao marks had a huge effect on the sovereign immortal aperture's habitat. Fang Yuan had a terrifying number of Dao marks now, ignoring anything else, just refinement path Dao marks alone amounted to over 6 million. If these 6 million Dao marks suddenly turned into another path's Dao marks, the sovereign immortal aperture would not be able to adapt to the change. By then, a huge issue would occur in the environment. The terrifying tribulation that occurs would have unimaginable consequences. For example, it was like a fish swimming in water but the water turned into lava. It was easy to guess the outcome of the fish. In the past, when Fang Yuan used myriad beings assimilation transformation, the sovereign immortal aperture's development was still quite low, there were very few life forms inside. At that time, he also had far fewer Dao marks. If he used myriad beings assimilation transformation now, there would be too many Dao marks transformed, it could not be done. But if he transformed fewer Dao marks instead, against venerables, it would not have any purpose in combat. Immortal killer move, heaven and earth travel. At the next moment, Fang Yuan's main body went from eastern sea to southern border. A tall mountain peered into the clouds, frost energy emanated from it, its mountain roots were cut already. Fang Yuan was here to retrieve it after the preparations were done. This was Frosty Peak. Back then, Fang Yuan disguised as Wu Yihaian sneaked into Wu clan. He had gotten into conflict with Sha clan over this mountain. Frosty Peak was a famous mountain of course, it produced ice and snow path resources. However, the originally white and beautiful Frosty Peak was now littered with holes all over as a result of excessive excavation. Not only was it ugly, the production of resources was also affected. Thus, this Frosty Peak was sold to Fang Yuan by Wu clan. At this moment, there were many GU immortals surrounding Frosty Peak. Other than the variant human GU immortals that Fang Yuan dispatched, Wu clan's GU immortals were here as well. Wu Yong was among them. Fang Yuan, have you been well? Wu Yong took the initiative to greet him, showing a complex expression at the same time. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2153 Lord Fang Yuan, time to get going. Chapter 2153, Lord Fang Yuan, time to get going. Wu Yong wanted to meet Fang Yuan personally. If the pursuit of Fang Yuan had just ended, Wu Yong would not dare to get close to him at all. Fang Yuan was the #1 demon in the world, Wu Yong would not dare to approach him, there was a threat of getting killed. It was too dangerous, but now was different. Fang Yuan had an entire series of methods for foreign affairs. He engaged in transactions with many major forces without using brute strength. The initial effect might be small, but after so long, super forces like Wu clan, Fang clan, and Chai clan could see that Fang Yuan was someone who could work with principles and rules. After these super forces reassessed Fang Yuan, they decided to work with him. It was not easy to reach this stage. Would a rabbit have the guts to make transactions with a wolf? But this man in front of me achieved this feat. Wu Yong looked at Fang Yuan while feeling complicated internally. Wu Yong was a current generation hero, his talent and aptitude were top-rate even among rank 8 GU immortals. Seeing Fang Yuan's actions these days, even Wu Yong sighed to himself as he developed feelings of admiration. Having strength but not abusing it or bullying the weak casually, this was not something easy to achieve. On the surface, this seemed like the demeanor of someone with self-control and an understanding that one could not abuse their advantage or they would eventually falter. But the truth was, he was unaffected by greed or ambition, his logic had always suppressed other emotions. In the current world, no, throughout time, throughout the history of mankind, how many people could reach this stage? Fang Yuan could even make these weaker forces undergo transactions with him without worries. Initially, there was only Wu Clan, but Wu Yong soon found that almost all super forces were transacting with him. They sold some useless famous mountains in exchange for the chance to refine rank 8 immortal GU. This was not easy. It showed that Fang Yuan had incredible interpersonal skills. Be it through threatening or temptation, even if he used other methods, the result was that he succeeded. Fang Yuan is truly an incredible person. Even though he started from the demonic path, his mannerism and mindset has never been restrained by shallow ideas like factions. He can be righteous or demonic, he can either help the world or cause chaos in the world, everything depends on the methods he adopts. Even throughout history, such a demon is truly the most terrifying. Being born in the same generation as this person is also my blessing. Wu Yong was wary of Fang Yuan, he had felt disappointment and rage because of Fang Yuan, but he had also gained morale and inspiration, he even saw the beauty of life because of Fang Yuan. Because from Fang Yuan, he saw himself, it was a testament to his own ideals. He had too many similarities with Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan's series of actions during this period allowed Wu Yong to see Fang Yuan's vision, he knew that Fang Yuan was someone who saw 10 steps ahead of each action. Since everyone's opinions and actions have changed because of Fang Yuan, why can't I try to cooperate even more deeply with him? After losing Hu Land, Wu Yong developed this thought. What to do with an enemy you could not beat? The best way was to cooperate with them, to turn from enemies to allies. Cooperating with Fang Yuan had huge potential for gains, it was very helpful to Wu Clan. Wu Yong was someone with high restraint, but he also had the honor of the righteous path. Except that the honor of an ambitionist like him was worth less than a piece of paper. As long as the benefits were high enough, Wu Yong could tear this paper into pieces with no second thought. Thus, Wu Yong took the initiative to come and meet with Fang Yuan personally, he wanted to talk and try to see if he could deepen their cooperation. Seeing Wu Yong, Fang Yuan also revealed a faint smile. Wu Yong had once chased after his life, but so what? If you can kill me, that is testament to your strength. This is a world where the strongest survive, if I die because of you, that is because I am weak, it is my own lack of capability, it is my fault. The weak were devoured by the strong, was this not a natural thing? Thus, in Fang Yuan's heart, he had never felt any pointless hatred or grudge. Wu Yong came here of his own accord, his intention to cooperate was obvious, then let's cooperate. For Fang Yuan, working with Wu Clan had benefits and gains too. Wu Yong was the leader of the Southern Alliance, while Wu Clan was the #1 super force in Southern Border. They would become a role model for other forces if they chose to cooperate. Like how Fang Yuan traded with other forces for famous mountains, he had used Wu Clan's transaction records to tempt them. But just when Fang Yuan was about to talk with Wu Yong, a GU Immortal flew over in the sky. This GU Immortal was dressed in a grey hemp garment and conical hat, he had a muscular body and a chin that was wide and thick, it was Lu Weiyin. He had always been calm and composed, but now, he showed an anxious expression. Lu Weiyin saw Fang Yuan and shouted from afar, "Lord Fang Yuan, I finally found you." "What's the matter?" Fang Yuan smiled. Lu Weiyin flew towards Fang Yuan, casting a glance at Wu Yong but not greeting him. Wu Yong became quite curious, he had never seen Lu Weiyin in such a frantic state. Lu Weiyin spoke directly in front of Fang Yuan. "Lord Fang Yuan, do you know that yesterday, Divine Emperor City brought Heavenly Court's immortals from Central Continent straight towards Northern Plains Crazed Demon Cave?" "Oh," Fang Yuan's expression moved slightly. Lu Weiyin continued. "Star Constellation Immortal Venerable has likely revived, if she joins up with Heavenly Court, they will be able to work together, Crazed Demon Cave's situation will be very dangerous. There is no time, we need to head there immediately and take control of the situation." "What?" Wu Yong heard this and felt incredibly shocked. What in the world was going on? Why were Heavenly Court and Crazed Demon Cave involved in something? Wu Yong was very perceptive. He immediately realized that this was an incredibly important fight. Regardless of the result, it would definitely affect the entire GU Immortal world, as well as the 5 regions and 2 heavens. But Fang Yuan was not anxious. He consoled Lu Weiyin, "Your information network is really broad. But don't worry, don't be anxious, I still have matters to settle." Saying this, Fang Yuan used a method to put Frosty Peak into the Sovereign Immortal Aperture. "How can I not be anxious?" Lu Weiyin took off his hat as he stared with wide eyes, urging, "We are going against Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven. The location is also Limitless Demon Venerable's Crazed Demon Cave, as well as that secluded domain of Heaven and Earth, Primordial Domain. Lord Fang Yuan, we cannot lose our initiative in this fight." What? Heavenly Court, Longevity Heaven, Limitless Demon Venerable and Primordial Domain. The secluded domain of Heaven and Earth recorded in less than the legends of Ren Zhu greater than. Wu Yong had more and more questions in his mind. He felt more anxious as well. He wanted to know everything. Fang Yuan had a solemn expression. "I know that you want to make contributions. I've already promised you. If Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable wants to revive, I will help you. But I have my own judgment towards the situation. If I do not use my time to strengthen myself, how can I go up against the Venerables? There is no need to rush me any further." This, Lu Weiyin pondered without speaking further. Fang Yuan turned to Wu Yong as he smiled again. "Wu Yong, regarding the sale of famous mountains, I think we can expand the scale of transactions. For example, Moon Bowl, Corpse Mountain, Phoenix Peak, or Corpse Emperor Yu Ding Tian, and others." Wu Yong showed a difficult expression. "These famous mountains have higher value than Frosty Peak. The true value of Phoenix Peak is that phoenixes will gather every year to lay eggs. If you take the mountain, it might not have great value anymore. As for Corpse Emperor Yu Ding Tian or Corpse Mountain, they are things that Wu clan needs. Not long ago, we obtained the enslavement path, true inheritance of the Corpse Emperor. We are trying to develop and use it. These 2 mountains are not for sale. As for Moon Bowl, as long as the price is reasonable, we can consider selling it." Wu Yong spoke with a sincere tone, but his mind was wandering elsewhere. He had been anticipating this conversation for a long time. But because of Lu Weiyin's words earlier, Wu Yong's attention was drawn away to the issue instead. Fang Yuan negotiated with Wu Yong for some time. Lu Weiyin was left unattended beside them. Fang Yuan truly needed more famous mountains now. Even though the earlier transactions were helpful, they were mostly useless mountains. But if Wu clan led the transaction, this huge deal between Fang Yuan and Southern Borders super forces could go one step further. After the discussion, Fang Yuan waved his sleeves. "All right, I'll see you both another time." Lu Weiyin stretched out his hand. "Lord Fang Yuan." Before leaving, Fang Yuan cast a cold glance at him. "I have other matters to attend to." Lu Weiyin could not speak any of the words that he had bottled up inside. At the next moment, Heaven and Earth travel was activated. Fang Yuan vanished on the spot. He really had things to do. This time, he went to Rotten Mud Mountain and took the mountain. Sigh. Lu Weiyin sighed deeply to himself. Wu Yong smiled. "We have not met for some time. Why don't we?" Lu Weiyin waved his hand. "Wu Yong, I have matters to attend to. When I am free, I will definitely visit Wuyi Mountain." Saying so, Lu Weiyin left. He did not have the mood to explain things to Wu Yong. Wu Yong also had a bunch of bottled-up questions. He felt horrible internally. He immediately turned his gaze towards the variant human GU immortals that were present. His smile did not change. He asked these people. But what did these variant human GU immortals know? The leader replied calmly. "Without master's permission, how can a subordinate speak out of line? Please do not blame us, Lord Wu Yong, we need to continue moving the mountains." Wu Yong was helpless as he watched these people leave. Even though he spoke to Fang Yuan and achieved his original goal, Wu Yong could not be happy. He sensed acutely that he was starting to get left behind by Fang Yuan and others. He had no idea what was going on in Crazed Demon Cave, for example. No wonder Fang Yuan is trying to work with the major forces star constellation Immortal Venerable revived. One can only imagine the pressure he is facing. Maybe I should use this to haggle for more conditions with Fang Yuan. After understanding Fang Yuan's difficulties, Wu Yong started to develop some thoughts. Wait, his eyes burst with bright light. Lu Weiyin could have transmitted those words to Fang Yuan. Why did he speak in front of me purposely? It is likely that I can gain more information by asking him. He rejected me earlier to try to raise his status and get a higher price. Wu Yong smiled bitterly internally. He knew that if he contacted Lu Weiyin now, he would be extorted by the latter. But if he did not ask for information, how could he know if there was a chance to benefit from this situation? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2154 Looting Everything. Chapter 2154, Looting Everything. Immemorial White Heaven. Intense winds blew, Fang Yuan's hair fluttered in the wind as a result. After preparation, he activated his killer move. A rank 8 Earth Path Grotto Heaven was devoured by the sovereign immortal aperture under Fang Yuan's method. Like what he did earlier, Fang Yuan did not annex this Grotto Heaven wholly, he chose to split it into different portions and place them into the sovereign immortal aperture's various areas. Of course, because this was a Rockman Earth Path Grotto Heaven, most of it landed in the Mini 5 regions, only a small portion ended up in the Mini 9 heavens. Inside the sovereign immortal aperture, as profound light faded, a mountain range appeared in Mini Central Continent out of nowhere. It's here, our tribe's Myriad Ravine Mountain Range. Shi Sanbai was incredibly excited. Yes, this is our former sacred mountain, but now that it is inside the sovereign immortal aperture, it has become quite ordinary. Shi Guabai had a complex expression, he felt dejected but also happy. These few Rockman GU immortals gathered together for this moment. They were the GU immortals of this former Grotto Heaven, but they were sent into Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture in advance. During this period of time, their cultivation levels rose rapidly, they also gained many immortal GU. They were simply on a whole new level than before. Let's go in. The Rockman GU immortals flew into Myriad Ravine Mountain Range. Greetings to Supreme Ancestor. The ancestors have finally returned. Myriad Ravine Mountain Range still had a large number of Rockman GU masters. After seeing the Rockman GU immortals, they cheered loudly. Indeed, this is our new home. We have a bright future living here. After the Rockman GU immortals gave them a speech, they started to take action. They had missions to do. This Myriad Ravine Mountain Range was a famous mountain too, it was going to be one of the cores of an earth vein. Fang Yuan spent several hours annexing this Earth Path Grotto Heaven. During the process, certain changes developed in various places across the sovereign immortal aperture. In Star Collection City, Combat Beast King held the fort as he observed the commotions in the sovereign immortal aperture along with other GU immortals. During this period of time, Master annexed several Grotto Heavens and caused the Dao marks to rise in number. It can be expected that the various areas of the sovereign immortal aperture will have increasing commotion over time, with rising intensity. Isn't this good? The more incidents there are, the more missions we have to do. Sigh, when will our tribe's Grotto Heaven be annexed by Master? The GU immortals talked among themselves, feeling expectant towards their future prospects. Their mindsets had already changed drastically. In the past, they were against Fang Yuan annexing their Grotto Heavens, but now the situation was different, they looked forward to it. It was as if they could not gain their master's acknowledgement if their Grotto Heaven had not been annexed. Many GU immortals who had their immortal apertures annexed felt that they were a true part of the sovereign immortal aperture, they felt superior to the GU immortals of the two heavens. Lord Fang Yuan, Lord Fang Yuan. Lu Weiyin shouted. He flew over from afar. Fang Yuan turned around and smiled. It has been tough on you, you came all the way here to Immemorial White Heaven. Lu Weiyin smiled bitterly, he said in an urgent tone, Lord Fang Yuan, you must know why I came here. Let's set off now. Do you know that yesterday, a rank 8 immortal GU house flew from Immemorial Black Heaven to Crazed Demon Cave? Fang Yuan nodded. Many people saw that, the immortal GU house should be the one that Giant Sun Immortal Venerable left behind, Lux Suppression Heavenly Palace, right? Indeed. Lu Weiyin nodded continuously, staring at Fang Yuan. Right now, Longevity Heaven and Heavenly Court have moved. If we still do not start taking action, we are going to lose this prime opportunity. Fang Yuan nodded. Fine, let's go. Really? Lu Weiyin heard the answer he wanted, but he could not believe it. These last days, he had used information path methods to urge Fang Yuan to go, but he kept on refusing it. To think that Fang Yuan was actually going to move now. Can I confirm when Lord Fang Yuan will go? Lu Weiyin was still in disbelief. Fang Yuan smiled. How about now? Lu Weiyin was overjoyed. Lord Fang Yuan is truly resolute, that is the best answer, let's go, let's go. The truth was, Fang Yuan had already decided to go to Crazed Demon Cave now. He had already used up all of the dream realms, his attainment levels rose accordingly. Quasi-Supreme Grand Master. Refinement Path, Time path, enslavement path. Great Grand Master, theft path, transformation path, rule path, chi path, fire path, wisdom path, water path, earth path, poison path. Grand Master, blood path, strength path, star path, dark path, formation path, soul path, sword path, human path, wood path, food path, phantom path, luck path, ice and snow path. Master, dream path, space path, metal path, wind path, cloud path, lightning path, information path, light path, sound path. As for the remaining paths like bone path, they were not at master level yet, but he still had some progress. Heaven path was the same. Even though he did not reach spectral soul's level, Feng Yuan's attainment levels were already top rate in the current world. Be it breadth or depth, he could be considered the #1 person in the world. After all, spectral soul lost his attainment levels after leaving behind the dream realms, while star constellation and giant sun would not retain their supreme grand master attainment levels even if they revived now. Of course, he still had insufficiencies. For example, painting path, weapon path, and others, they were completely blank. These paths were just too rare. Painting path was intentionally concealed by Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable, while weapon path was crudely created by Heavenly Court's GU Immortal Che Wei recently. With the rise of attainment level, Feng Yuan could annex more grotto heavens. The sovereign immortal aperture reached its limit once again. If there was some time to digest the new gains, the sovereign immortal aperture would become more stable. But there was neither time nor opportunity. Through luck inspection, Feng Yuan found that the situation had worsened again. Even though there was still leeway, it had clearly gotten quite severe. With a resolute decision, Feng Yuan immediately went to northern plains with Lu Weiyin. Ever since that pursuit battle over Feng Yuan ended, he had already used all his time to the limit, recuperating and raising his strength as much as he could. Now, it was time to face the Venerables head-on. Years had passed. Feng Yuan returned to Crazed Demon Cave again. Initially, when he first came here, he only had rank 7 cultivation level and was restricted by an alliance agreement. Now, he looked down towards Crazed Demon Cave, ready to engage in battle with Venerables. The first layer of Crazed Demon Cave was a huge land of yellow soil. This was a huge cave. It was almost circular at the entrance, spanning hundreds of kilometers. It looked extremely grand. Inside the cave, there was a lush rainforest, filled with the colors yellow and green. Desolate beasts formed into groups, vines and trees tangled together, growling could be heard everywhere. It was a primitive sight. We will go down from there, Lu Weiyin said. No rush. Feng Yuan raised his hand. These immortal materials are useful to me. He opened his immortal aperture's entrance. Many variant human GU immortals were let out. These GU immortals were talking among themselves. They went down in groups, causing chaos in the entire first layer. Quick, there is a desolate plant here. Dig it up, bring it back. Oh, there's a group of desolate beast monkeys here, let's work together. Squeak squeak, the monkey group cried out together. These rocks are immortal materials, bring them back, bring them all back. These are all contribution points. The GU immortals worked enthusiastically. They were like a group of bandits that entered Immortal Village. Even though the first layer of Crazed Demon Cave had wild beasts and plants, Feng Yuan's subordinates were superior in numbers. There were also many rank 8 GU immortals among them that possessed rank 8 immortal GU and rank 8 killer moves. The first layer of Crazed Demon Cave was completely looted. Lu Weiyin watched with a dazed expression. In just this short period of time, how did Feng Yuan's subordinates become so strong? Didn't their strength rise too absurdly? I have too many people under me. Our resource expenditure is very high, especially when I made the artificial earth vein recently. This is really embarrassing. Feng Yuan smiled. Lu Weiyin quickly waved his hand. Of course not, I feel admiration towards you instead. In the current world, only Lord Feng Yuan is capable of making use of these chaotic immortal materials. Because Crazed Demon Cave had demonic sounds at set intervals, Dao marks would become chaotic and all the immortal materials would be useless. Living beings would rampage and lose their senses. Even rank 8 GU immortals became lunatics in such an environment. A while later, the first layer that was filled with vitality became a barren land. The variant human GU immortals were still not satisfied as they brought the vast amount of resources back into the sovereign immortal aperture. Feng Yuan and Lu Weiyin went into the second layer after that. Crazed Demon Cave's second layer was an incredibly hot land of burning rocks. A large amount of rocks were piled up together, big and small. The large ones were like huge elephants, the small ones were like pebbles. These GU materials also had chaotic Dao marks, but they were mostly made of fire path and earth path Dao marks. Take them all, Fang Yuan ordered. The variant human GU immortals moved again. They swept the area like a locust swarm, emptying the entire second layer. After that, Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin went into the third layer. The third layer was covered in dense fog. It had a vast number of fog worms and cloud bamboos. These life forms were also senseless and chaotic. They were all taken down or chopped down and collected by the variant human GU immortals. There was even a fog city here. A ghost city of dead people. The GU immortals who died in Crazed Demon Cave gathered together with vengeance and created this fog city. When Fang Yuan came here before, he avoided it as he had rank 7 cultivation level. If he entered it, he would definitely die. There was no way to escape. But it was different now. Fog City, mine, take it away. After looting everything in his path, Fang Yuan arrived at the 7th layer of Crazed Demon Cave. He spent much less time compared to his previous expedition. Back then, Fang Yuan was led by not immortal. They kept taking detours. The deeper they went, the more turns they had to make. Sometimes, the straight distance seemed to be short, but they had to make a long detour. With their strength back then, detours actually saved them more time than taking a straight path. But now, Fang Yuan moved unhindered. No matter what obstacles he met along the way, he placed them all into the sovereign immortal aperture. The 7th layer of Crazed Demon Cave was filled with bright colors. The rocks, grass, soil, and trees were all shining in bright lights. Every piece of soil or rock here was a quasi-rank 9 immortal material. But the Dao marks were chaotic, they could not be used at all. Of course, that was the case for most GU immortals in the world. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2155 Paradise Earth's Sacred Tomb. Chapter 2155, Paradise Earth's Sacred Tomb. Fang Yuan was the exception, of course. As demonic sounds rang, Fang Yuan had already prepared himself. Back then, he was able to deal with the demonic sounds. Now, it was simply too easy. Under the demonic sound's influence, Dao marks of the same path in the 7th layer gathered together and formed large areas of beautiful rainbow lights. They were no longer as scattered and random as before. Such an incredible sight. Lu Weiyin sighed in amazement. At the next moment, he saw Fang Yuan taking out Immortal GU House Thieves' Den. Steel Dao Killer move activated. Large numbers of Dao marks were stolen, forming into corresponding rank 9 immortal materials within Thieves' Den. These rank 9 immortal materials were very pure. They only had one path's Dao marks. They had immense value. Lu Weiyin watched. He became tongue-tied. He estimated that in just over 10 breaths of time, Fang Yuan obtained at least 3 rank 9 immortal materials. Rank 9 immortal materials. Wasn't he obtaining them simply too easily? Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin moved together. Everywhere they went, large areas of Dao marks vanished. The beautiful sight turned into something that resembled cheese gnawed by rats. Everywhere Fang Yuan went, there were large pieces of black and white spots. Lu Weiyin watched. His eyes turned slightly red. Fang Yuan's gains were too huge. The benefits were large enough for him to feel envy internally. Such wealth, he's earned a fortune. This is the first time I've seen anyone gain a vast number of rank 9 immortal materials so easily. Lu Weiyin shouted internally to himself. He could no longer guess how many rank 9 immortal materials Fang Yuan had obtained. The only thing he was knew, his gains were huge, enormous, unthinkable. Continuing to move forward, they finally arrived at the entrance of the 8th layer. Fang Yuan's expression was slightly pale. The burden of using Thieves' Den and the killer move Steel Dao along the way was not small, especially in terms of immortal essence expenditure. Lu Weiyin became slightly worried. Lord Fang Yuan, do pay attention to your immortal essence storage. No need to worry. Fang Yuan smiled mildly. I have rank 8 heavenly essence treasure Imperial Lotus. Lu Weiyin heard this and his expression froze before replying. Impressive, impressive, as befitting of Lord Fang Yuan. At the entrance, Fang Yuan saw 3 paths ahead again. One path was filled with golden light, luck surged around it. It was the luck path left behind by Giant Sun Immortal Venerable. One path was dark and horrifying, killing intent filled it. It was the soul path left behind by Spectral Soul when he entered the 8th layer. One path was humble and plain, giving a virtuous aura. It was Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's path. Because Lu Weiyin had methods prepared beforehand, he could enter Paradise Earth's path. But Fang Yuan waved his hand. Thieves' Den activated, the three paths were completely devoured, they disappeared. A large number of rank 9 immortal materials were produced as a result. Lu Weiyin moved his lips but he did not manage to say anything, he followed Fang Yuan into the 8th layer wordlessly. Nothingness. This was a boundless void that resembled a huge ocean with no shore in sight. Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin who entered were like two bugs in the ocean, extremely minuscule and insignificant. Fang Yuan had once come here, he had a deep impression of the place. In this boundless void, countless worlds were created and destroyed, deriving brand new heaven path Dao marks. He had once tried to enter the 9th layer but he did not succeed. This void was evidently the profundity of Phantom Path, but Fang Yuan did not have Phantom Path attainment back then, he could not deduce the location of the 9th layer's entrance. This time, he came prepared. His Phantom Path attainment level had reached Grand Master. Immediately, Fang Yuan used his Phantom Path method. At the next moment, Fang Yuan raised his brows. The void here is different from the one I experienced last time. But Fang Yuan could not point out the exact difference. Even though he made huge progress in Phantom Path, he was still very far from understanding or breaking Limitless Demon Venerable's 8th layer arrangements. Please follow me. Lu Weiyin activated a certain killer move and found his direction, leading the way. Fang Yuan followed after Lu Weiyin. Along the way, he saw worlds created and destroyed, it was truly an extraordinary sight. But different from before, these worlds were moving along the void, no matter which world it was, they went in the same direction. Fang Yuan's deductions finally had some results. He was evidently moved. I understand now, this void is contracting. At the final moment, all of the worlds and heaven path Dao marks will be squeezed together, they will be completely fused into one. Is this Limitless Demon Venerable's plan? Lu Weiyin shook his head. I only know the location of Yellow Earth Great World, we need to hurry and head there. The two immortals flew for a few more hours before finally seeing their destination. This is. Lu Weiyin expressed shock on his face, because he did not just see Yellow Earth Great World, he also saw the worlds that Reckless Savage and Genesis Lotus left behind. Fang Yuan squinted. The three great worlds are fusing into one, not just that, there are also many small worlds following beside them. These worlds were motionless within the void. Each world was like a bubble, the three great worlds were the largest bubbles, being green, yellow, and red respectively. The three worlds were joined together at the center, the periphery was filled with smaller bubbles that were linked to the surface of the three great world bubbles. Oh no, Lord, please look. Lu Weiyin pointed at the yellow bubble and said anxiously. Fang Yuan turned his gaze and saw that Yellow Earth Great World was currently attacked by the joint efforts of the other two great worlds. Even though the view outside the bubble was quite vague, Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin could still sense the intensity of the battle inside. Especially when the connecting area of the three worlds was filled with corpses, it was the most intense area of the battle. Lord, with my method, Yellow Earth Great World will not resist us. Let's go and reinforce them. Lu Weiyin charged in like a falling meteor. Fang Yuan followed after him, his body was also shrouded in a yellow light. It was this yellow light that allowed them to easily pass through the bubble and enter Yellow Earth Great World. Looking at the Great World, the thing that attracted Fang Yuan's gaze the most was that huge mound at the center. This mound resembled a mountain, the mountain itself was quite flat, it looked man-made. But Fang Yuan could see the true essence of the mountain at first glance, this is Tomb Earth of the 10 Earths. This is such a huge tomb. This unprecedented tomb had a tombstone on it. The tombstone had 6 words written on it, Tomb of Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable. Seemingly sensing Lu Weiyin and Fang Yuan, the tomb suddenly emitted a grand pillar of light. It rose up into the skies, resembling a pillar that held up heaven itself, the entire battlefield froze, everyone's eyes were attracted to it. The sacred tomb is shining, heaven and earth can bear testament to it. Our sage has arrived. After a few breaths of time, a huge roar erupted in Yellow Earth Great World, it was like a huge tsunami. The people of Yellow Earth Great World became energized and surged with morale, they started to counterattack. Green Lotus Great World. This was the Tao field of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable, look at it, forests and vegetation were abundant, it was filled with greenery and vitality, giving off an unfathomable aura. In this densely green world, there was a black and white mountain. At the peak of the mountain, there were rows of chairs that extended downwards. The top 2 chairs were unoccupied, while Qin Dingling sat at the 4th seat. Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin arrived after all. After receiving the information, Qin Dingling snorted coldly. During the pursuit battle against Fang Yuan, Lu Weiyin took the initiative to help Fang Yuan. Not only did he help to kill Spectral Soul, he even helped Fang Yuan escape. Lu Weiyin was Southern Border's Paradise Earth inheritor. After that, Paradise Earth's intention to cooperate with Fang Yuan became obvious. The Paradise Earth's sacred tomb at the center of Yellow Earth Great World was also openly seen to everyone. The GU Immortals of the three worlds knew of it. Thus, there was nothing strange about Lu Weiyin and Fang Yuan showing up here. Qin Dingling gritted her teeth as she said, "Currently, we need to split up into two groups. One group will advance and attack Yellow Earth Great World, the other will aid Demon Judgment Board in suppressing and resisting Savage Wilderness Great World as well as restraining Longevity Heaven. As for the other GU Immortals, you can go conquer the small worlds in groups." Originally, our side was cooperating with Longevity Heaven to devour Yellow Earth Great World, but now that Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin showed up, Yellow Earth Great World is no longer meat on the chopping block. We can suffer losses if we are careless. Saying so, Qin Dingling stood up and bowed to the GU Immortal on the third seat. "Lady Minghao, please allow this subordinate to use Divine Emperor City and personally lead the group invading Yellow Earth Great World to resist Fang Yuan." Qin Dingling was originally the leader of Heavenly Court, but here, she was only fourth place. She had to obey the three fairies at the top. Currently, the first and second fairies were not around, only the third fairy Minghao was here to control the situation. This fairy Minghao had the appearance of a 3 to 4-year-old girl. She was cute and delicate, her large eyes shined with sparkling starlight specks. She blinked her large and shiny eyes. She pondered before replying with a childish voice, "I've heard of Fang Yuan, but do you need to deal with him personally? Let them go instead." Saying so, her tiny arm waved as a GU worm flew out. This information path GU worm flew to the middle of the mountain and landed in front of two GU Immortals. These were neither human nor variant human GU Immortals. One was an old tree with a thin and dry trunk. It had countless branches of different length but had no leaves on them. It had thin and long roots that numbered to 100. The tree's name was Mu Cha Lang. The other was a long bamboo that was green like jade. Its name was Qinghaozi. Qinghaozi floated in the air, casually and peacefully sleeping. Mu Cha Lang was lying on the mountain rock that seemed like a chair, its branches wrapped around a small rock like a person resting his legs on a stool. It was very relaxed. After seeing the information path GU worm, Mu Cha Lang stood up immediately. It extended its branches to nudge Qinghaozi. Stop sleeping, the sage has sent an order." Qinghaozi waved back and forth because of the nudge but it did not land on the ground. After getting awakened, it straightened its body and remained in the air. "To think that we are going to move out so quickly." Next, the two immortals left the mountain, leading their troops to the front lines. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2156 Heaven Extremity Gai Mei. Chapter 2156, Heaven Extremity Gai Mei. Savage Wilderness Great World. A grand and ancient dark gold palace floated in the sky. It was Luck Suppression Heavenly Palace. Within the palace, Bing Sai Chuan sat on a cushion with one information path immortal GU on the tiny table in front of him. Several GU immortals were standing towards his left and right. Bing Sai Chuan stared at the information path immortal GU, he frowned slightly. Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin came together. It created a huge uncertainty in the battle of the three great worlds. What should Longevity Heaven, which occupied Savage Wilderness Great World, do? Should they retreat first or send more people to probe Fang Yuan's strength? Bing Sai Chuan could not decide immediately. He thought for a while and cast his gaze towards the first person on his left. A fatty was sitting there. The fatty was lying down on the table, fast asleep. There was even saliva flowing out of his mouth, onto his sleeves and the table below. Bam bam bam. Bing Sai Chuan knocked on the table with his knuckle several times. The fatty was woken up by this noise. He opened his sleepy eyes and asked in a daze, "What happened?" Bing Sai Chuan withheld his anger. "Gai Mei, you are the heaven extremity, you cultivate wisdom path. The newest information is here. I want you to deduce what our following actions should be." Saying this, the information path immortal GU flew and landed on the fatty's head. The fatty did not use his hand to touch it. He looked into the immortal GU directly. His pupils shrank immediately. "What? That demon Fang Yuan is here?" The fatty shrugged. "See, weren't my previous deductions correct?" Bing Sai Chuan knocked on the table again. "I want you to deduce what action our side should take for this situation." Originally, Yellow Earth Great World was weak. With our control over Savage Wilderness Great World, and Heavenly Court's control over Green Lotus Great World, we could invade Yellow Earth Great World and strengthen ourselves before deciding the victor between us. But now that Lu Weiyin and Fang Yuan appeared in Yellow Earth Great World, if we attack it by force, they might counterattack and expend our strength instead. Bing Sai Chuan was not afraid of Fang Yuan's counterattack, he was worried about the impact on the overall situation instead. After all, the current situation was more complex than before, the three worlds were resisting each other. If any two forces went ahead and fought too intensely, the third force would benefit. Then let me deduce it. The fatty GU Immortal, Heaven Extremity Guy Mei, waved his loose sleeves and stretched out 5 fat fingers, he pretended to make a deduction. Oh, I deduced it, let's follow our original plan. Guy Mei said. Bing Sai Chuan watched with a dumbfounded expression. Can you use your Immortal GU to activate a killer move and make a proper deduction? Guy Mei blinked innocently. What? How did you know I was pretending? You actually found out, you are so smart. You must be the wisdom path cultivator instead, right? Veins bulged on Bing Sai Chuan's forehead. Do you think you are Southern Borders Wu Yong? You have no methods to conceal your aura, hurry up and make a deduction. Guy Mei waved his wide sleeves again, exposing his 5 fat fingers. He was about to make a deduction when he suddenly sighed. Sigh. Forget it, the killer move is too tiring to activate. Why don't we just ask our Lord Ancestor instead? Bing Sai Chuan was livid with anger, he shouted, absolutely not. Our Lord is working with Earth Extremity, Black Extremity, and Space Extremity to deduce Limitless Demon Venerable's plot, how can we disturb him? Currently, Heavenly Court already has the initiative, they obtained Book Mountain. We are relying on our Lord to have any hope of catching up to Heavenly Court. Heaven Extremity, can't you see the big picture? Guy Mei pouted unhappily. Stop calling me Heaven Extremity all the time, I didn't even want to be Heaven Extremity, you guys forced it on me. Yellow Extremity Zhao Huo, who was sitting beside Guy Mei, tried to convince him. Brother Guy, just help out and make the deductions. This is not just about the strength of Yellow Earth Great World, it also concerns Fang Yuan's possible actions. This demon Fang Yuan has no regard for his identity as a human. I am more worried that he might relocate the local GU Immortals of Yellow Earth Great World and the ones he captures from our forces into the Sovereign Immortal Aperture. Look at what he did in the 5 regions, he recruited the variant humans to become his subordinates and almost rejected nobody. In my opinion, it is likely he would do this. In that case, it might foil our Lord's plans. Zhao Huo spoke, trying his best to convince Guy Mei, but he still shook his head, smiling instead. Actually, you guys don't have to be so worried. Isn't Heavenly Court just as worried as us? Let's see what Heavenly Court is doing now, wouldn't that do? They are guarded by star constellation Immortal Venerable, she is the #1 wisdom path expert in history, she is definitely better than me at deductions. Zhao Huo's expression froze. Even so, if Heavenly Court deduces first, they will gain the initiative. If we join them in their plan, we will fall behind them. Regardless, I am not going to work. Guy Mei rolled his eyes as he went back to sleep on the table. Zhao Huo and Bing Sai Chuan stared at him angrily, but he completely ignored them. Charge, charge with me. Force back all of these enemies. Charge. Thousands of GU masters engaged in battle on the ground, the front lines looked disorderly, blood flowed everywhere. The sky was the battlefield for GU Immortals as they fought, more than 10 GU Immortals engaged in a chaotic battle at once. On the ground, Yellow Earth Great World's GU Master Army launched a powerful counterattack, while in the sky, Yellow Earth Great World's GU Immortals were suppressed. Yellow Earth Great World's sage had already descended, the GU Masters were spirited and motivated, but in the battle between GU Immortals, morale alone could not make up for their difference in strength. After all, Yellow Earth Great World had fewer GU Immortals than Green Lotus Great World. This could not be helped. The 3 Great Worlds were made one after another. Savage Wilderness Great World had the longest history, but it had a lot of internal conflict over the years. Green Lotus Great World was second while Yellow Earth Great World was the most recent. After all, Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable was the most recent Venerable. Yellow Earth Great World had very few GU Immortals to begin with, it was even attacked by the joint force of 2 other worlds, they had fewer and fewer GU Immortals gradually, the situation was dire. Our sages have arrived, there is still hope. I will defend Yellow Earth Great World, I will defend my homeland. The GU Immortals of Yellow Earth Great World shouted together, raising their morale. Green Lotus, Side laughed coldly. Even if your sages arrive, they cannot stop us from killing you guys. You have sages but so do we. The result of this battle will not change. We don't want to do this too, but we have orders from our sage. We need to kill all of you and devour all the worlds to prevent the apocalypse from happening. The Green Lotus GU Immortals continued to attack. Yellow Earth's GU Immortals were specialized in defense. Even though the situation was dangerous, they were barely able to hold the line, struggling at the brink of defeat. Right at this time, from the huge tunnel connecting Yellow Earth Great World and Green Lotus Great World, two armies appeared. They were led by the GU Immortals Qinghaozi and Mu Chaolang. Immortal killer move, spring upon withered tree. Mu Chaolang shouted as green leaves appeared all over its entire tree body. The new leaves flew out and landed on the Green Lotus GU Immortals. The Green Lotus GU Immortals were not severely injured to begin with. Their large injuries became small while their small injuries healed completely. The condition of the Green Lotus GU Immortals improved immediately. Immortal killer move, green life taker. Qinghaozi flew with extreme speed, creating a green trail in the sky, piercing the body of a Yellow Earth GU Immortal. The Yellow Earth Great World's GU Immortal was a black bear. It grabbed its empty chest. After gasping, it fell to the ground. The Yellow Earth GU Immortals were anguished. After dealing the fatal blow, Qinghaozi looked at these GU Immortals arrogant and said, "The sacred mountain gave orders, you will all die." Mu Chaolang laughed loudly, "So what if your sage is here? The eventual victor will only be our Green Lotus Great World." At the same time, in another battlefield, Savage Wilderness Great World's main forces were fighting against another group of Yellow Earth Great World inhabitants. Die, die, die. A six-legged black tiger that was as large as a mountain charged around in the sky. It managed to grab a Yellow Earth Great World GU Immortal. "I finally caught you." The six-legged black tiger laughed and exerted force with both claws. Swoosh. With a soft sound, the giant-like Yellow Earth GU Immortal was torn into two by the six-legged black tiger, dying on the spot. Ha ha ha. The six-legged black tiger laughed loudly. The giant's blood spurted all over its face. The tiger licked and showed a maniacal and bloodthirsty expression. Little Rock Monarch was killed by He Lu Biao. "Let's retreat, we are not these people's match." "Indeed, our sage has already arrived. Let's return and ask him to take charge of us." The GU Master armies were still fighting on the ground, but in the sky, Yellow Earth Great World's GU Immortals had lost their fighting spirit. They wanted to retreat. Suddenly, there was an eagle cry as white light flashed in the sky. Everyone turned to look. They saw a snow-winged eagle pecking a Yellow Earth GU Immortal and devouring him whole. Shui Li Du, he ate another person. The Yellow Earth GU Immortals were furious and shocked. Snow-winged eagle Shui Li Du said in a shrill voice, "Escape. Don't even think of running." The morale of the Yellow Earth GU Immortals collapsed at once. At Paradise Earth's sacred tomb, Khan Kayla greets both sages. Big Rock Monarch greets both sages. "We implore you, please save our Yellow Earth Great World." A group of GU Immortals knelt on the ground. They were either beasts or plants. Some even had peculiar forms. Some seemed like they had been formed from casually molded clay. Some were like children's doodles. There were no pure humans. These Yellow Earth GU Immortals were all injured. Some had severe injuries, on the brink of death. But because of the commotion that Fang Yuan and Lu Weiyin caused when they arrived, these sick and injured GU Immortals came over. Fang Yuan took a glance at them, seeing a familiar person. This was a giant gray fish. It resembled a goldfish but had the size of a whale. When Fang Yuan first entered the 8th layer, he met with this fish and forcefully enslaved it. It was named Little Flower. Right now, as Little Flower saw Fang Yuan, it was very excited and wanted to say something, but in this situation, it chose to control its emotions as the timing was inappropriate. Fang Yuan nodded, saying, "I wanted to see the ones behind Green Lotus Dao Field as well." "Lord Fang Yuan, you cannot attack rashly," Lu Weiyin suddenly transmitted. Fang Yuan looked at Lu Weiyin with a peculiar gaze, seemingly saying, "Didn't you invite me here because of my battle strength? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 2157 Rushing Forward Together. Chapter 2157, Rushing Forward Together. Lu Weiyin secretly transmitted as he explained in detail, "Lord Fang Yuan, you may not know this, because of your high battle strength, it will trigger a retaliative method from Limitless Demon Venerable. After our obvious arrival, why did Heavenly Court send more troops to provoke us? It was to probe our strength and try to lure you into attacking, which would be the best outcome for them." "What are the details about this?" Fang Yuan asked. Lu Weiyin smiled bitterly. I'm not sure about the exact situation, but I know that limitless demon Venerable exerted huge effort to create Crazed Demon Cave back then. It was to make derivations regarding the heavenly Tao, to find the true path of eternal life. At this point in time, the arrangement is finally about to reveal the result and bear fruit. The current 8th layer void is contracting and shrinking now. All the various worlds are lured to the center, fusing into or annexing each other, until only one great world is left in the end. And this great world might be the result of limitless demon Venerable's derivation. It might contain the answer to eternal life. If we attack abruptly and cause a huge commotion in battle, we may disrupt the eventual derivation of Crazed Demon Cave. Limitless demon Venerable's method will immediately activate to deal with us. That will incur an unfavorable loss to our side. Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven will be happy to see that happen. If we end up suffering mutual losses with Limitless Demon Venerable's method, we will be less threatening to them, while Limitless Demon Venerable's method will also be exposed. They will be able to discern information about it. Fang Yuan pondered. In that case, we can only make a move when the final great world is formed. Then why would Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven come here early to take charge of their respective great worlds? Lu Wei-yin explained patiently. More precisely, only people with battle strength like yours cannot make a move. I am still able to take action here. If our side can control Yellow Earth Great World and emerge victorious, we will have the upper hand in the final battle. When the final Great World is created, the amount of control we have over it will determine our gains. Thus, we need to invade more worlds and devour them to expand our territory. After his transmission, Fang Yuan finally understood the situation. Currently, he could not take action. Once he took action and caused a big commotion, he would disrupt Crazed Demon Cave's final derivation. It would trigger the retaliative method of Limitless Demon Venerable. Of course, Fang Yuan could suppress his strength to take action. But there was no need to. Suppressing his strength would mean that Fang Yuan was about as strong as other GU Immortals. He might be slightly superior, but that would not have an impact on the overall situation. In fact, after making many moves, Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven would gain information about his methods. He would even waste his luck in advance. Thus, Lu Wei-yin invited Fang Yuan over mainly to deal with the final eventual battle. Once the final world was formed, Fang Yuan, Star Constellation, and Longevity Heaven might have equal battle strength. They would fight it out for the final fruit in Crazed Demon Cave. At that time, they would fight for real. Before that, Lu Wei-yin could still make a move. He was pseudo-venerable battle strength only in terms of defense to try to make Yellow Earth Great World the victor of this war. This would have significant impact on the final battle. If Lu Wei-yin could succeed, Fang Yuan would gain the initiative later. Even if Yellow Earth Great World cannot win in this battle, we cannot let the other two worlds gain too much of a lead. As long as we defend the sacred tomb, during the final battle, Lord Paradise Earth will be able to revive successfully. By then, our battle strength will reign above the other two forces. Lu Wei-yin explained his meticulously crafted plan to Fang Yuan. The conclusion was to defend now and counterattack later. Defending their base initially while stirring conflict in secret, to make Savage Wilderness Great World and Green Lotus Great World fight each other and expend their strength, to make sure the three forces were eventually matched in the end. At the later stage, after Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable revives, he would gain Fang Yuan's support and use their superior battle strength to gain victory over the others. This was a logical arrangement to bide for time. It suited Lu Wei-yin's nature. But, this was not Fang Yuan's style. Fang Yuan looked at the kneeling Yellow Earth GU Immortals before turning to Lu Wei-yin, smiling. Taking hits passively is not how I do things. Since we cannot use our top battle strength easily, it means that Heavenly Court is taking advantage of the fact that we lack subordinates. In that case, Fang Yuan smiled as he looked towards Green Lotus Dao Field. Everyone, come outside. Saying so, he opened his Immortal Aperture's entrance. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. A large number of GU Immortals flew out. We pay respects to Master. Dozens of GU Immortals greeted at once. Their voices were thunderously loud. All of the GU Immortals had evident excitement on their faces. The details are listed on the mission board. Go. Fang Yuan waved his hand casually. Swoosh swoosh. These GU Immortals immediately split into two groups, charging towards the two battlefields. The kneeling Yellow Earth GU Immortals were dumbfounded. How did so many GU Immortals appear at once? These people seem to be calling that handsome sage master. We are saved. Yellow Earth Great World is saved. After the Yellow Earth GU Immortal reacted, they all relaxed and some even wept in joy. Not just them, even Lu Wei-yin was shocked. He had seen Fang Yuan dispatching variant human GU immortals all over southern border to collect mountains. He also knew that Fang Yuan led the variant human alliance. His force was not small. But after seeing the main force that Fang Yuan sent out, Lu Weiyin was filled with shock. So many GU immortals, they number to over 50. And from their aura, there are 18 rank 8 GU immortals, the rest are all rank 7 GU immortals. How can there be so many rank 8 GU immortals? The rank 7 GU immortals also have surging auras, they are close to the realm of rank 8 already. No, there is no way Fang Yuan has 0 rank 6 GU immortals, this means that these GU immortals are not his entire force. That's right, Fang Yuan's clone Wu Shuai has not showed up either. As Lu Weiyin analyzed, the disbelief in his heart intensified. He also felt worried. Did Fang Yuan spend all of his recent time nurturing these subordinates? According to his personality, he should not be this unwise. Also, even though these GU immortals are high in number and have high cultivation level, who knows how high their actual battle strength is? The ones that Lu Weiyin was confident in were Xiao Hejian and Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. Front lines. Go and die. Qing Haozi killed another Yellow Earth GU immortal. But its injuries were not light either. It had to temporarily stop its movement and go to Mu Cha Lang. After Mu Cha Lang's healing killer move was used, Qing Haozi recovered greatly. This is all thanks to you, my old friend. Qing Haozi was overjoyed. Mu Cha Lang said in admiration, this is all I am skilled at, I feel admiration towards your ability to kill so many people. But don't be too rash and forget your defense, the final struggle of these Yellow Earth GU immortals will not be simple to heal if you get hit. Don't worry, Qing Haozi raised its bamboo tail, I will try to kill 4 people. Hey, you guys should calm down, leave some for me to kill. Qing Haozi called out loudly as it entered the battlefield again. Right at this time, a group of GU immortals flew over from the sky. They were led by rank 8 Snowman GU Immortal, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch. He shouted, we are the subordinates of Yellow Earth Sage, GU Fang Yuan, we are here to help and kill the Green Lotus GU immortals. The GU immortals were stunned. The Yellow Earth GU immortals who were in deep peril saw hope, they became overjoyed. The Green Lotus GU immortals started to feel their hearts pounding wildly. It could not be helped. Together with Mu Cha Lang and Qing Haozi, they only had 8 people. But there were over 20 GU immortal reinforcements. Among them, there were 9 rank 8 GU immortals. On Green Lotus side, only Mu Cha Lang, Qing Haozi, and Old Forest Moss had rank 8 cultivation level. Weren't their reinforcements simply too large? Mu Cha Lang gritted its teeth, shouting, don't be scared by numbers, who knows what their actual battle strength is. The Green Lotus GU immortals regained their morale upon hearing this. That's right, cultivation level was just part of the battle strength, only by fighting could their true strength be seen. If they did not even dare to fight and retreated immediately, how would they face the sages on the sacred mountain? The Green Lotus GU immortals disregarded the Yellow Earth GU immortals, they faced Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group instead. Immortal Killer Move, Snow Avalanche. Immortal Killer Move, Crashing Rock Slide. Immortal Killer Move, Great Earth Collapse. Immortal Killer Move, Refine Life. Immortal Killer Move, Multi-Layered 5 Poisons. Bam 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 bam. The Yellow Earth GU immortals who were disregarded opened their mouths in shock as they watched. The moment they fought, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group erupted with their full strength. All sorts of killer moves were sent out like fireworks, the commotion was huge, resounding in heaven and earth. Green Lotus group also unleashed killer moves, but the quantity was lower, their strength was also largely inferior. Only after just one round, the Green Lotus GU immortals faced a terrible loss. Retreat, quickly retreat, Old Forest Moss shouted. How can this be? The other side has so many rank 8 immortal GU. Qing Haozi shouted. He had become a rank 8 GU immortal long ago, but he had never obtained a rank 8 immortal GU. In this life, he had not even seen 3 rank 8 immortal GU. But Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was quite unsatisfied. He scolded, don't launch a barrage like this, it is very wasteful, understand? The moves conflicted with each other, half of it was wasted, only 30% landed on the enemies. Find your individual targets and don't let them escape. Even though the first round had huge commotion, a lot of the moves, strength was wasted. The outside world was not the sovereign immortal aperture after all. Thus, the Green Lotus GU immortals managed to survive. But the first round of combat gave them huge gains too. The Green Lotus GU immortals were completely scared and lost their morale, they wanted to retreat now. But Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group had advantage in number, they dispersed and encircled the enemies. Battle resumed. The Green Lotus GU Immortals were soon beaten up harshly, they were battered and bruised. These GU Immortals have an absurdly perfect set of Immortal GU. Qing Haozi shouted. We can only focus on one aspect, but all of them have superb healing methods. Mu Chaolang said bitterly. They have too many killer moves, they are all incredible methods. Other GU Immortals shouted. Fang Yuan's refinement path attainment was #1 in the world, Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven could only look at him in admiration. After obtaining a vast number of immortal materials from the various grotto heavens, compared to other forces, Fang Yuan had the highest number of immortal GU in the world. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2158 Too Brutal. Chapter 2158, Too Brutal. Immortal GU were unique, Immortal GU were the most fundamental. After Sovereign Immortal Aperture's GU Immortals obtained Immortal GU, they were also able to easily exchange for corresponding killer moves. Even though they lost some Dao marks, these gains were simply too immense, completely negating the flaw of fewer Dao marks. A moment later, the Green Lotus GU Immortals ran with all their strength. Only 3 rank 8s escaped, the rest were all killed by Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group. Without a battlefield killer move, we cannot kill GU Immortals efficiently. Bing Yuan sighed. Cannot kill efficiently. The Yellow Earth GU Immortals looked at the 5 corpses on the ground, their hearts beating wildly. Too timid, too timid. Shizong sighed in pity. They actually ran away, they are a disgrace to all rank 8s. The Yellow Earth GU Immortals looked at each other and transmitted secretly. Even if I have rank 8 cultivation level, I would have ran away in this situation too. How can we face our master with just these results? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch gritted his teeth, making a decision. Chase, we will pursue and kill them. The Yellow Earth GU Immortal were shocked, they quickly urged, everyone, don't be too rash. There are still a number of Green Lotus rank 8 GU Immortals, they did not join the battle. Indeed, we barely managed to win this fight, we should go on the defense instead. Green Lotus Great World has many immortal GU houses with terrifying strength, many GU Immortals were killed on the spot because of their rampage. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch was completely unmoved, he looked at the Yellow Earth GU Immortals indifferently. We are the subordinates of Sage GU Fang Yuan, we only obey his orders. You can all stay and clean up the battlefield. Be it the Immortal GU or Immortal Apertures of these fallen GU Immortals, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group did not take any. That was Fang Yuan's order. The GU Immortals and Immortal GU that belonged here were part of Limitless Demon Venerable's derivation results. Killing these GU Immortals would promote the fusion of the great worlds. At the same time, in another battlefield, Xiao Hejian and the rest arrived before He Lu Biao and Shui Li Du. So many reinforcements. Wonderful, we're saved. There were only 2 Yellow Earth GU Immortals left. Be careful, these 2 are powerful rank 8 experts from Savage Wilderness Great World, they are very strong. They are specialized in noisy. Xiao Hejian took charge as the leader, he shouted and interrupted the advice of the Yellow Earth GU Immortals. This Miniman GU Immortal's eyes seemed to be glowing red, he pointed at the mountain-like 6-legged black tiger and shouted, this guy belongs to me, I will fight anyone who contests with me. Roar. He Lu Biao was triggered. Tiny little bug, you are going to die, I will kill you, no GU Immortal had ever treated me with such an attitude. He Lu Biao charged in a frenzy towards Xiao Hejian. The Yellow Earth GU Immortals were deeply scared and shocked. Numbers do not determine everything. Shui Li Du also smiled coldly, charging into the GU Immortal group. Bam 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 bam. An array of fireworks erupted, it was a beautiful sight. Bam. With a loud sound, He Lu Biao crashed onto the ground, creating a huge and deep crater. It stared with wide eyes, struggling to get up. Boom. Xiao Hejian flew like a meteor, charging down. Behind him were 5 to 6 rank 8 GU Immortals, they also attacked. Bam 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 bam. The ground shook intensely, dust clouds rose, almost covering the rays of the sun. With an intense wind that swept by, the dust clouds were dispersed. The crater was even deeper now. He Lu Biao was lying at the bottom of the crater, holding onto its last breath, its 6 tiger claws were twitching. I told you guys not to interfere. Xiao Hejian shouted. On what basis? Whoever kills it gets the contribution points. The other GU Immortals shouted in retaliation. Xiao Hejian rolled his eyes. We all attacked, so who killed him? Who can be sure of it? Easy, we can split up the contribution points. Whoever gets the largest part of the corpse will get the most points. Nobody knew who was the one who suggested this. But at the very next moment, the rank 8 GU immortals flew down into the pit, splitting up the corpse of He Lu Biao. The leg is mine, HMPH, I only got a tail. Give me back the butt. Head, this tiger head, ha ha ha, it is mine. The rank 8 GU immortals shouted loudly, some were happy while others were dejected. Those who did not get enough body parts directed their gaze towards Snow-Wing Eagle Shui Lidu. But Shui Lidu had been killed already, it died even earlier than He Lu Biao. The corpse was also completely split up between the GU immortals. The Yellow Earth GU immortals watched in a daze. Too brutal. Too brutal. Weren't these GU immortals the subordinates of the sage? Why were they so brutal? Not only did they kill the GU immortal, they even dissected the corpse. And they were so happy when dissecting the corpse. Too brutal. Too vicious. Yellow Earth Great World was created by Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable. His ideal was to live in harmony and peace, emphasizing on unity and love. Even though Yellow Earth Great World had its own internal conflicts, the main trend had always been the same. The action of Fang Yuan's subordinates was completely the opposite of Yellow Earth Great World. This was a huge contrast to the expectations of these Yellow Earth GU immortals. There are some GU immortals left. The rank 8 GU immortals' eyes flashed. But those rank 7 GU immortals quickly shouted, before coming here, we already decided that the rank 7s belong to us. You rank 8s already took the bulk of the gains, shouldn't you leave some to us? The rank 8 GU immortals pouted, then hurry up, don't waste time. Otherwise, we will help you out and take a portion of the contribution points. Wishful thinking. The rank 7 GU immortals quickly exerted effort and killed all of the Savage Wilderness Great World GU immortals in a moment's time. Ha ha ha, these GU immortals are so stupid, none of them ran away. Indeed, I was afraid that we lacked a battlefield killer move and could not stop them from escaping. The GU immortals started to discuss heatedly. The two Yellow Earth GU immortals looked at each other, they had peculiar expressions. The GU immortals of Savage Wilderness Great World were combat maniacs, their ferocity was always the thing that made Yellow Earth Great World and Green Lotus Great World's GU immortals wary. Savage Wilderness Great World's GU immortals would rather fight to the death than retreat, they were courageous maniacs who did not care about their own lives when they were in combat. But in the perspective of the sage's subordinates, they were stupid. How much did you snatch? I only got this much. Hey, only, you earned a lot. Hee hee, it was all thanks to Master who handed out such a lucrative mission. The GU immortals collated their gains as they tossed away the corpses in their hands. Fang Yuan had given specific instructions, be it immortal aperture, body, or immortal GU, they were all to be thrown away. These subordinates did not dare to defy him. Seeing the scattered corpses, the two Yellow Earth GU immortals' eyelids twitched. If you were going to throw them away, why snatch them with such intensity earlier? Was it just for fun? What sort of monsters were these GU immortals? The two Yellow Earth GU immortals who had just mustered up courage to express their gratitude instantly lost all motivation to do so. They breathed in deeply and wanted to speak, but suddenly, Xiao Hejian's group's expression changed. Master sent orders, we need to gather with the other group and attack Green Lotus Great World. Go, let's go, don't let Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch's group gain the initiative. Swoosh swoosh. The GU immortals left rapidly in a hurry, leaving the two Yellow Earth GU immortals who stayed behind with a dazed expression on their faces. They looked at the GU Master battlefield that was still fighting. Yellow Earth GU Masters were already moving forward and pursuing the enemies. They felt completely lost for words. For some reason, they started to feel pity for the Green Lotus Great World's GU immortals. Fang Yuan watched from afar, capturing the scenes of the two battlefields with his eyes. After those GU immortal corpses landed on the ground, they were quickly absorbed into the world. Immortal apertures disintegrated rapidly, the GU worms inside faced the same end, there was no winds of assimilation produced, no traces were left at all. Fang Yuan was not feeling calm internally. This is the profundity of refinement path. Except that Limitless Demon Venerable is not refining immortal GU, he is refining the entire world. If I want to become venerable on the path of refinement, this is an aspect that I lack as well. In his later years, Limitless Demon Venerable wanted to break free from fate and obtain the way to attain eternal life, but he could not find an answer from Heavenly Court of that time. Thus, he created Crazed Demon Cave. He decided to use his own method and derive the method of eternal life. After all, Fate GU was still around back then, completely intact. The unified great world that was formed in the end might be the result of his plan, it might contain the method of eternal life. And now, the fighting and slaughter of these GU cultivators became the fuel and sacrifice for this derivation. After understanding this, Fang Yuan would not take the corpses of these GU immortals or their immortal GU. This huge battle between worlds was definitely going to have countless dead GU cultivators, be it mortal or immortal. As for how many could survive in the end, would there be thousands, or just one person? Nobody knew, but so what if that was the case? Be it Fang Yuan, Lu Wei Yin, Heavenly Court, and Longevity Heaven, they did not care about that answer. They had their own objectives. The GU immortals born here obeyed the orders of their sages, they fought and killed, using their lives and wits to resist the others, they were necessary sacrifices that were determined from the start. Fang Yuan casted his gaze towards Green Lotus Great World, he saw that his army had gathered and invaded Green Lotus Great World. If an outsider GU immortal died here, what would happen? Fang Yuan had a calm gaze as he watched with anticipation. These GU immortals were just his pawns after all. When it was time to sacrifice them, Fang Yuan would not be stingy to do so. But I should prevent unnecessary deaths if possible. Thinking so, Fang Yuan said to Lu Wei Yin, "Friend Lu, I would like you to go and help out my subordinates. If the situation turns dangerous, your life is the highest priority, you can ignore the rest if necessary." Lu Wei Yin nodded and he flew away. Fang Yuan's subordinates were so ferocious, Lu Wei Yin was quite pleased and surprised. At the same time, he agreed with Fang Yuan's plan. They were already behind to begin with, having such a large force, they had to work hard and catch up to the rest, to make up for their difference. Savage Wilderness Great World, Luck Suppression Heavenly Palace. Bing Sai Chuan looked at the information path Immortal GU on the table with a grim expression. To think that Fang Yuan's force is so powerful, He Lu Biao and Shui Li Du are powerful rank 8 experts in Savage Wilderness Great World, they actually died so easily. But now, Fang Yuan's two groups have gathered to attack Green Lotus Dao Field. Saying so, Bing Sai Chuan let out a breath of turbid air, feeling emotions of joy and gladness. He was glad that he did not send reinforcements, because Heavenly Court sent more troops against Fang Yuan, he sent his army to find trouble with them. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2159 Fairy Ming Hao. Chapter 2159, Fairy Ming Hao. That's why I said we should continue with our previous plan, my deduction was not wrong. Heaven Extremity Guy May drank wine and ate snacks while saying shamelessly. Bing Sai Chuan could not be bothered to retort him, he looked at the rest. Fang Yuan has such a huge force, it is very unexpected. If he attacks us, we will land in a passive spot. Even though Savage Wilderness Great World has the most GU immortals, most of them have their own intentions, they do not obey orders. If we could unify and rule them, we would have been the #1 world long ago, suppressing Heavenly Court. Heaven Extremity rolled his eyes. Don't you know the reason? That Yellow Earth Great World was the arrangement of Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable to begin with. Green Lotus Great World is also created by Heavenly Court's Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. Meanwhile, Savage Wilderness Great World was made by Reckless Savage Demon Venerable, but our Lord obtained it. Without a proper relationship, how can we convince them? Bing Sai Chuan could not help but tap on the table. Forget about the reason, let's try to deal with the current problem. Do you guys have any good ideas to recruit those Savage GU immortals? Green Lotus Great World. Once in a while, an information path GU worm flew over. Qin Dingling was frowning deeper. Fang Yuan's subordinates are so ferocious, in just half a day, not only did they defeat our main troops, they even invaded and broke 3 of our defense lines. We've already lost close to 20 GU immortals, the defeated rank 8 GU immortals have suffered huge injuries, they came to the mountain to seek an audience with the sage. Oh, the third seat Fairy Ming Hao showed an expression of curiosity, as expected of Fang Yuan I guess. To think that he is skilled at nurturing subordinates too. After pausing for a moment, Fairy Ming Hao asked in a childlike voice, this means to say that Longevity Heaven also sent more troops out? Yes, Qin Dingling nodded. After sensing that Fang Yuan gathered his groups to attack us, Longevity Heaven immediately sent more people to stall Lady Yu Shu's group, this might be the scene that Fang Yuan wants to see. Fairy Ming Hao laughed heartily. Since they want to attack us, let them come. Withdraw our defense lines, let them come and attack us. Yes. Qin Dingling immediately ordered and reorganized the troops without a hint of questioning. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian moved unhindered. They charged all the way until the center of Green Lotus Great World, below the sacred mountain. Looking at the mountain, they saw that it had a peculiar appearance. The entire mountain was black and white. All of the mountain rocks looked like they were drawn with black lines and filled with patches of white paper. All of the life forms on the mountain were also altered. They were all white paper people that were drawn with black lines. A tiny white paper person flew down from the mountain. After leaving the area of the sacred mountain, she turned back into flesh and blood, looking like a cute and innocent young girl. Xiao Hejian and Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch looked at each other, feeling that the situation was not simple. The latter half of their trip was unhindered, that made them uneasy already. And after reaching the enemy's headquarters, they only sent one rank 8 GU Immortal. This was Heavenly Court. No matter how weak they became, they had those rank 8 GU Immortals who escaped earlier at least right. Why did they send a little girl? Even though Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian had surging momentum, they were already feeling uneasy internally. This army was mainly made up of people from the two heavens Grotto Heavens. They had spent most of their lives hiding in the Grotto Heaven, living a life of trepidation and fear, afraid that the 5 regions humans would discover them. If Fang Yuan did not have such demonic might that suppressed them, and also with the huge increase in their strength and confidence during these few fights, they would not dare to attack with such intensity in their previous state. What do we do now? Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian transmitted their thoughts, sending out one person to test the enemy's strength. This GU Immortal was Kei Shinhong. He cultivated Poison Path and was the strongest expert of the Mushroom and GU Immortals. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian did not choose their own members, they chose him instead. After all, the Mushroommen were the last group that joined Fang Yuan, they did not join the current major factions. Thus, as the seniors, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian worked together to target them. And truthfully, many people were jealous of Kei Shinhong recently. He had the most envoy missions, he was almost the sole beneficiary of these missions that could gain huge rewards by just talking. Many GU Immortals were jealous. Kei Shinhong took in a deep breath, stepping forward and facing Fairy Minghao. Brilliance shined in his eyes, he had soaring fighting spirit. On one hand, after many envoy missions, he gained a lot of animosity from the rest, he needed to prove himself through combat. On the other hand, he wanted to use this chance to make a huge contribution, to make sure the Mushroommen tribe was the #1 faction in Fang Yuan's subordinate force, he would be able to protect his tribesmen in the future. Our Mushroommen tribe joined Master the latest, we are naturally ostracized by the senior members. Even though we want to establish a good relationship with Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian, it seems that Master does not want to see that. Why did Master give me envoy missions time and again? He might not have planned this from the start, but as time went on, his intentions became increasingly deep. Master has a total of 2 factions under him, they are the variant humans and the humans. There are fewer humans, forget about them now. There are far more variant humans instead, led by Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian. These two groups are getting larger and more influential. As time passes, they will definitely clash over benefits. Because of their large influence, Master will not be able to control them easily. Thus, from the start, Master did not want us Mushroommen to join them. The reason why Master gave me envoy missions time and again is to help our Mushroommen tribe gain power and sow discord between the variant human forces. Kei Shinhong sighed internally. The longer he joined Fang Yuan, the more he felt Fang Yuan's unfathomably deep schemes, as well as his experienced political skills and methods. Kei Shinhong had already expected Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian to ostracize him in such situations. He calmed his mind and collected all his scattered thoughts, he gathered his spirits and looked at the young girl, cupping his fists. I am Kei Shinhong, I would like to exchange pointers with you. The young girl smiled. I am Fairy Minghao, Kei Shinhong, I know about you, is your poison path method used like this? Saying so, Minghao moved her tiny arm as poisonous fluid flew out. Each lump of yellowish-brown poisonous fluid flew into the air and turned into a goose. Soon, an army of poisonous geese danced around in the sky, changing their formation constantly. Kei Shinhong was shook internally. This is my uniquely created method, why can she use it? Is she also a poison path GU Immortal? But why can she use my unique method? Kei Shinhong stabilized his mind. Fairy Minghao, that is an amazing method, but this move has a variation move, watch. Saying so, Kei Shinhong used the same poison path killer move. After the geese were formed, they cried out as poison seeped out wherever their voices reached. Ming Hao's eyes shined, she moved her poisonous geese to fight them as she observed carefully. After a few breaths of time, she smiled and laughed. So that's how it is, look, is this how the move works? Saying so, she activated Kei Shin Hong's variation move and caused her own geese group to cry out as well. What? This time, not only was Kei Shin Hong shocked, even the other subordinates were shook. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian thought to themselves, this Immortal is very strange, she can mimic other people's killer moves. But she only has rank 8 cultivation level, our army is huge, how can we falter to one person? The two of them had similar thoughts, they immediately ordered and led the other immortals to get around Ming Hao and attack the sacred mountain behind her. Fairy Ming Hao sighed. Oh you guys, can't you play along? Why are you in such a rush? Saying so, her aura surged as she resonated with the sacred mountain behind her. Next, the sacred mountain made of black lines and white paper shot out profound lights that had countless killer moves flying out of them. Fang Yuan's subordinates were busy resisting the attacks. Bam bam bam. After an intense clash of killer moves, Fang Yuan's subordinates' attacks were all dealt with. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian showed expressions of shock. What killer move is this? It can actually mimic all of the killer moves that we used earlier. This mountain is not normal, it is not just a famous mountain, it is a secluded domain of heaven and earth. Is this the legendary book mountain recorded in less than the legends of Ren Zhu greater than? Fairy Ming Hao chuckled. This killer move was casually created by me, it uses humility GU as the core, it is called humble reciprocation. This move can use the information recorded on Book Mountain to deduce and unleash the killer moves that you use. Every killer move that you use is a present for me. Thank you very much. Is that really Book Mountain? Humble reciprocation, that is clearly a human path killer move. Fang Yuan's subordinates were shook internally, they attacked again. But Fairy Ming Hao unleashed humble reciprocation killer move again, dealing with all of their offenses. Fang Yuan had many subordinates but they were all stopped by one person. Master often told me that a lack of reciprocation is a lack of proper manners. After receiving so many gifts, I should return the favor. Take these. Fairy Ming Hao raised the intensity of her attacks. The attacks came in waves, they were hard to block. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian had to use their full strength to defend and retreat. At the crucial moment, a muddy yellowish light shot out and blocked most of the attacks, helping Fang Yuan's subordinates stabilize their footing. It was Lu Weiyin who had helped. Fairy Ming Hao casted her gaze and smiled. You are the current generation Paradise Earth's inheritor. You finally showed yourself. Lu Weiyin frowned deeply, bowing at Fairy Ming Hao. Greetings to Fairy Ming Hao, I wonder what is your relationship with star constellation Immortal Venerable? Fairy Ming Hao blinked cheekily. Make a guess. Saying so, she stretched out her tiny finger and pointed at Lu Weiyin. Boom! A 5-pointed starlight speck shot out with intense speed. Once it was activated, it arrived before Lu Weiyin. Lu Weiyin's expression did not change, he did not dodge either. The starlight speck arrived before him and got blocked by a yellowish light wall, turning into nothingness. Lu Weiyin sensed something from this as he raised his brows, saying with peculiarity, carefree wisdom heart. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 2160 Book Mountain. Chapter 2160 Book Mountain. You are quite perceptive. Fairy Ming Hao smiled. Swoosh swoosh swoosh. Around her, starlight specks continued to shoot out towards Lu Weiyin. Lu Weiyin flew up against the attack and started to engage in battle. Initially, he was able to fight evenly with Fairy Ming Hao. But soon, he started to get suppressed. Fairy Ming Hao only used the flying stars to attack her enemy. Initially, she shot out the flying stars one by one, but soon, they started to shoot out in groups of 3, 5, or even 10 at once. The power of her flying stars did not increase, but Lu Weiyin faced increased pressure when they landed on him. These flying stars are very profound, this seems to be an endless consecutive move. I am going to face greater and greater pressure as time passes. Lu Weiyin had a grim expression as he felt fatigue in defending himself. Both sides only fought for some time. Lu Weiyin had to retreat as he fought. Fairy Ming Hao had the complete advantage. Each time she waved her hand, a large cloud of fragmented starlight specks flew out. Each time the stars shot out, their quantity rose, they were already over 100 in number. Starlight shined as the stars moved in the air, the sound of air getting pierced was unceasing, it was a dazzling sight. This Minghao cultivates wisdom path and star path, she definitely has pseudo-venerable battle strength. I should retreat for now. Lu Weiyin had intentions of retreating. Fang Yuan also gave out orders to retreat at the appropriate time. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and the rest let out a sigh of relief as they quickly backed out. Fairy Minghao smiled. You all came here to seek death, why don't you stay here for good? Fairy Minghao attacked the immortals. Don't even think about it. Lu Weiyin blocked her. Fairy Minghao chuckled, a mysterious light flashed in her eyes, shooting towards Lu Weiyin's forehead. Lu Weiyin felt an indescribable change in his mind, he only had the capacity to store up half of his original thoughts. At the same time, when his thoughts moved, they became much faster but each time, they would stop preemptively. It seemed like all of his remaining thoughts became rash, they collided impatiently, trying to deduce the results more quickly. Lu Weiyin fell into a predicament immediately. When using killer moves, he needed to mobilize thoughts. The more killer moves he used or the more complex they were, the more thoughts he would need to use. But now that he had only half his thoughts left, he could not think as easily as before. More importantly, even when these thoughts collided, they would resolve in advance, he could not get the most useful result that he wanted. This was quite fatal. Once Lu Weiyin's thoughts end preemptively when he activates a killer move, towards the end when he prepares his killer move, it would end up in failure. With the killer move activation failing, Lu Weiyin would suffer a heavy backlash himself. Such an incredible wisdom path method. Lu Weiyin was helpless, he could only defend himself, he could not care about the rest. Fairy Minghao grasped the absolute advantage, she immediately ordered the rank 8 GU Immortals of the Sacred Mountain to move out and chase after Fang Yuan's subordinates and kill them. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian retreated with huge losses. Along the way, they lost 9 GU Immortals, among which 3 were rank 8 GU Immortals. The immortal apertures of these GU Immortals landed on the ground and got absorbed by Green Lotus Great World, their immortal GU were also quickly dissolved. When the GU Immortals died, their obsession was left behind but Fang Yuan did not see the birth of any land spirit or heavenly spirit. After Fang Yuan's subordinates returned to Yellow Earth Great World, Fairy Minghao judged the situation and stopped her advances. Lu Weiyin led the immortals to meet Fang Yuan, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian quickly knelt down and sought for forgiveness. But Fang Yuan consoled them amicably, this loss is not your fault. I could tell clearly that this Fairy Minghao had outstanding strength, she possesses pseudo-venerable battle strength. To think that this place could nurture an expert of such a level. Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and the rest were relieved, they started to calm down. While retreating, they were all worried that Fang Yuan would be enraged and kill them all to vent his anger. After that, Fang Yuan sent out these GU Immortals to be stationed at all the various defense lines of Yellow Earth Great World. The emphasis of their defense was on the boundary and connection points of Yellow Earth Great World and the 2 other Great Worlds, Green Lotus Great World, and Savage Wilderness Great World. I am ashamed to think that Heavenly Court actually has such a female immortal, she possesses an incredible combat system, I am not her match. Lu Weiyin said with an expression of guilt. Fang Yuan also consoled him. Fang Yuan knew that Lu Weiyin had already used his full strength at this point. After all, in the previous fight, he had worked with Lu Weiyin to fight against Spectral Soul in Heavenly Court, it was a near-death situation, during that time, Lu Weiyin had no way of concealing his strength if he wanted to live. When fighting against Fairy Minghao, Lu Weiyin had already used all of the methods that Fang Yuan knew he had. Yet, he was still not the enemy's match. Since this is war, there will be sacrifices. Maybe in the future, you and I might lose our lives too. This is the world of the GU Immortals, we do not need to harp on it. Fang Yuan was quite satisfied with this result. The conclusion was that Fang Yuan's losses were smaller than Heavenly Court and Longevity Heaven. This was considered a victory. Furthermore, Ice Crystal Immortal Monarch and Xiao Hejian even forced someone like Fairy Minghao to take action, Fang Yuan gained useful information about her. Fang Yuan nurtured GU Immortals for the purpose of sacrificing them to begin with. If these cannon fodder could display their value, it would not be his loss. The biggest pity is that Lord Fang Yuan lost many immortal GU. Lu Weiyin added. But now, Northern Plains Paradise Earth true inheritance is right before us, Lord might have something to gain from it. Lu Weiyin was referring to Paradise Earth's sacred tomb. Even without his explanation, when Fang Yuan sent him on this mission, he had already done his investigations. The tomb of Paradise Earth contains extraordinary profundity, I have not gotten any useful leads yet. Fang Yuan said frankly before asking, do you know anything? Lu Weiyin smiled bitterly. I am ashamed, I know nothing about it. Fang Yuan nodded and said, the wisdom path killer move that hit you earlier was the key that resulted in your loss, what do you think about it? This wisdom path killer move was too powerful, since it was exposed already, Fang Yuan wanted to create a counter for it. Lu Weiyin thought about it and said with uncertainty, it seems that the core immortal GU of that move is Pride GU. Fang Yuan nodded again, that is what I deduced as well. Lu Weiyin took in a deep breath of cold air, Fairy Minghao is not a simple person. She possesses the carefree wisdom heart physique, she also has humility GU and pride GU, this reminds me of the description within less than the legends of Ren Zhu greater than. According to what I know, there is no such person in the history of Heavenly Court, and she seems to have a deep connection with star constellation Immortal Venerable. Less than the legends of Ren Zhu greater than, Chapter 5, Section 35 states. Ren Zhu in great strength true martial went through great hurdles and finally arrived before Qian Kun Crystal Wall. Qian Kun Crystal Wall was straight and stood upright in the void, it was like a huge mirror that reflected everything that happened in the world. Ren Zhu in great strength true martial went inside Qian Kun Crystal Wall. Numerous flowers, birds, fish and insects converged into a colorful dazzling shadow that filled great strength true martial's vision. The sound of the waves, thunder, and birds, singing in his ears rippled together, there was a fresh, sweet, exciting, spicy taste dancing on his tongue. At times, he felt like he was walking on a steep mountain path, at other times he felt like he was swimming in the waves, and at other times he felt as if he was falling from a great height. Father, father, where are you? Great strength true martial shouted. But Ren Zhu could not hear great strength true martial, he could not see great strength true martial, the color of white filled his vision, it was boundless and vast. Oh son, where are you? Ren Zhu sprinted, wanting to find great strength true martial. Ren Zhu ran and ran and ran, after a long time, he saw a black dot at the furthest point within his vision. Initially, he felt happy and thought it was great strength true martial. But when he approached the black dot, he found that it was actually a huge mountain. This mountain was very special, the mountain rocks and vegetation were made of white paper, the streams and waterfalls were made of black ink. This was Book Mountain. At the foot of Book Mountain, there was a village with many inkmen living in it. Ren Zhu went into the village, causing a huge commotion to arise. This is really a rare sight. The inkmen spoke. When ordinary lifeforms enter Qian Kun Crystal Wall, they would get lost after a few steps, they cannot resist the allure of the material world or the countless temptations within it, they can never reach here. You are the first person to arrive here. Ren Zhu was confused. Why so? The inkman elder replied. Oh human, you are only left with a skeleton, you cannot see, hear, taste, smell, or touch, it allowed you to roam Qian Kun Crystal Wall freely without losing your life. Qian Kun Crystal Wall existed when the world was first created, it reflected everyone and everything, it contained all the secrets of the world's past and present. Once a person enters it, they would face the barrage of endless information, after some time, they would die from information overload. After Ren Zhu heard this, he felt very worried about great strength true martial, he asked the inkman elder about the way to survive, the elder thus brought Ren Zhu to ascend the mountain. On Book Mountain, there was a largest ink waterfall, and below it was a deep pool. The inkman called this pool Literature Spring. The ink waterfall continued to flow as it landed on the literature spring, water splashed about. These black color splashes flew in the air as the water droplets formed into ink texts. If a person wants to continue living in Qian Kun Crystal Wall, the ink text will be your best helper. The reason why we inkmen can live here is also because of the ink text. The inkman elder told Ren Zhu about this big secret. Ren Zhu received the inkman's advice, he collected a lot of ink texts and left the mountain. Every time he walked for some distance, he would leave behind some ink texts as reference points. In this vast world of whiteness, the pitch-black ink text became very conspicuous. Even though ink texts faded over time, using them, Ren Zhu no longer walked on unnecessary trails, he eventually found great strength true martial. Great strength true martial received Ren Zhu's ink texts, every step he walked, he would leave behind some ink texts. The ink texts recorded the information that barraged great strength true martial, turning them all into pieces of literary work. These literary pieces turned into pieces of tiles that were layered below great strength true martial's feet. Great strength true martial was finally free, his eyes were not blurry, his ears were not buzzing, he could no longer smell the mix of countless fragrances as well. Stepping on these tiles, he followed Ren Zhu back to the Inkman village. Ren Zhu asked the Inkman elder again, "Oh elder, how can I find wisdom GU inside Qian Kun Crystal Wall?" If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Less than report chapter greater than so we can fix it as soon as possible.